Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up,
Yeah,
everyone?
I'm
finally
Damon.
home.
Does it feel
No,
nice to be home?
Yes, it feels really nice to be home, and I'm in the middle of changing up my background too, which is fun.
I like the new
So
art
yeah, it's so nice.
and some of the new items.
Yeah, there's a drunk little plushie here. She keeps falling over. Look at how cute she is, though. Look at that.
I love it. Hashtag twinning. There's 2 extra girls on the screen right now.
Oh my
She have
goodness.
bigger eyes than I do, though.
It's yeah. It's so cute. It even says extra girl plushie. And it came in such a cute little bag. Now I get to
Did it have
snuggle
air
extra
holes
girl
in?
again tonight. What?
Does it have air holes in?
I don't need to
No.
breathe. It's
I don't
fine.
need to breathe.
I'm a
Ooh,
superhero.
That's a talent.
It is.
Talent.
I can dive underwater for like a long time.
Yep. That would be the talent.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's
I think
a
he's
well-known thing. Swimming pools.
Oh, God. No. Stop it.
That's its main purpose. It was in a movie.
Wait, which movie?
I can't remember what movie it was. Yeah,
I'm
it's
confused.
an old joke, but I can't remember what movie it comes from.
I don't get it. Should I start? I don't get it.
Is this a
if you're in a
limbo
swimming
moment
pool,
between the 2 of us?
I know we're like,
Oh,
I don't get it. No, but Miranda doesn't get it either, apparently.
well, I mean, if
So
you're a
we're all
man
lost.
standing up in a swimming pool, you might need to hold your breath.
Still don't get it.
Ding, 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 ding. I got it.
There we go.
It
There's
is
an advantage to being able to
perform-
hold your breath a long time.
It is to perform fellatio.
Is this really
Like
drinking
that makes
water?
it-
I've never seen him drink anything but whiskey and milk.
I always drink water.
Oh, we guys never noticed.
It's actually just vodka.
Yeah, actually, it's a 2-liter bottle of vodka.
He's
Wait, you watch
turning
House of
Russian.
the Dragon, right?
Yeah.
You know, when the king goes down to the brothels and you see the
Mhm.
thing on screen in the brothel with the prosthetic and one of the whores. You don't need to breathe for that, actually.
To re-
There you go.
I'm with you now.
Okay.
Got it. He's House of the Dragon.
Thanks, House of the Dragon. I don't want to say it. I could say fellatio, but I don't want to say the other word.
I've told you guys that I'm half retarded, and now you know that I'm not joking. It's okay. I own it. I don't get things.
Your brain just doesn't work on that level of filth. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's
well,
true.
I like that we both didn't get it right away, and I think that makes me feel so much
It
better.
says a lot about us.
I like that when you're trying to describe it to Wiki, you started with, you know, when you go down. And I was like, well, that's basically enough, really.
I'm just like,
That's true.
oh wait.
Vimran, you get it now, right? I hope you do.
Oh goodness. Tugs, right? Thank you, Tugs.
Thank you, Tuggy. Hope you had a fun game. It makes sense. The 2 Italians I know online are retarded.
Me and Mark.
Yeah.
He's actually my brother.
Oh my god.
Anyways, how's everyone doing? I feel like this is like finally like the first saucy in a while because I'm home. I know we've done it, but like I don't have my blue blanket behind me with the lights. Everyone said I look like a fortune teller.
It looked like it was black when you were
Did
down
it?
in the-
It's like navy blue, so close enough. I also had like my tiny. You see my little light, my travel ring light.
Oh my
so-
god, it's bright.
It is
Yeah,
though. Yeah.
You should have had a crystal ball with you, just to complete the look.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
Like a
and
tarot cards.
Yes. A lot of gold rings. Maybe some gold hoops in your
I need
ears.
a gold pinky ring goes with my Italian heritage, you know.
Yup. I think you could do the fortune teller look really well, actually, because your hair just naturally is like curled.
Crazy.
Well, a pirate and a gypsy kind of could have a similar look.
I did wonder if you're going for the Roma angle there.
Anyways, let me catch some of these super chats before we start with our wonderful show. By the way, these guys made me watch the finale of Acolyte, and I
No
think
one
I
made
lost.
you. You literally
You made
randomly
me.
said, I'm going to watch it now. I'm like,
No.
oh, I didn't
I did
expect
say
you
she
to.
should.
She did. She was like, you should. And I'm like, all right, fine. Twist my arm. No, but I'm like, okay, it's one episode. You guys suffered through 8 of them.
Yeah.
We'll get to that though. I was like,
You missed the 6th one, though. That was the thirst one.
the 5th one wasn't the best.
No, well, the 5th one was basically a big fight, but the 6th one was all about Manager Kinto having a bath and getting literally basically.
Oh.
We have a better version of it. Perry Chan made it.
Oh.
I think
yes.
I think
I
that
don't-
we should watch that just so that you have an idea of what happened in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I must be educated. Let me see.
I'm surprised that Perry Chan got the rights to show the official first cut Acolyte footage
I know. And
before it got CGI'd.
let's just say I thought Star Wars Theory had more muscles than that.
I never met him, so I don't know. I couldn't say.
Oh my god.
Cajun Corey's a member for 13 months. Wow, over a year. Thank you, Corey. What did the drummer name his twin daughters?
Oh,
Anna 1, Anna 2. Anna 1. Anna
Oh
2.
my god.
I seen Xray girl thinking on it, so I had to go Anna 1, Anna 2.
Okay.
yeah,
put over
I
for a
made the
second.
mistake of reading ahead.
All right. You just let me know when is a
Go
good
ahead.
time to show this. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So this is the let me make sure the volume is way up because you're gonna want it.
Oh my god.
Oh no. The fact that he's got a shorter lightsaber. Fuck off.
Oh my god, that's a good one. But does she really do that?
She
well,
actually-
no, hers is different. Like she's
it's
hiding
'cause-
behind a rock. She's still perving on him.
Yeah, so she's still like watching him as he disrobes and walks into the water.
Yeah, the audiobook version of it is literally as he takes his clothes off, she straightens up for a better look. And she, like
Oh yeah.
people twisted
remember
it for,
that.
that somehow he was in the wrong. And I'm like, no, she's the one following him and staring at him when he's having a bath.
Like
He is completely innocent.
think of Mulan, you know, when she sees the guy's shower, she goes, you know, she could have
Yeah.
done that. No, she goes,
Mm-hmm. And she even followed him
What you
around.
working with, boy? Like
She was so busy looking at his arse, she didn't notice that he left his lightsaber on his clothes for a long time.
No, she was looking at another lightsaber.
and
That's
then
why.
He turns around and he like she's watching at him. He goes, "Feels good, doesn't it, to hold one in your hands again after all this time?"
And they're very
Literally,
girthy too. The lightsabers,
really
they're very
thick-
thick.
thick shafts.
Hilts.
There's
Hilt.
article. No, there's unironically articles commenting on how thick all the men's shafts are in this.
Isn't
they
that
have
Disney
really-
Plus too, right?
Like Saul in this episode, he actually points his lightsaber and he has to hold it like that. He can barely wrap his hands around it.
That's a two-hander, baby.
Oh, it certainly is. It's
glad I
like an
don't have
Oreo,
Disney
double stuffed.
And apparently this is the gayest Star Wars. So I mean, guys hitting their lightsabers, crossing streams and all. Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so I don't find okay, so the whatever the actor's name is, I don't even remember his name in the show. He's not ugly, but I don't find him attractive at all. Like
The Asian guy.
yeah, his muscles aren't like that.
thirst. The thirst for him.
thirst.
Mind you, there was an article about how he was a loser and that's what made him attractive. They called it loserism. But yeah, Screen Rant, why the Acolyte's lightsabers are so thick. and what it means for Star Wars canon. I've not actually read. I don't know why they think it's important.
Here, I have an idea.
They're significantly thicker than lightsabers have been so far.
There was a lot of female Jedi, so they needed the lightsabers to be thicker, so because that's what they're used to handling. And then soon it was just mostly male, and it became thinner. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, it really affects the lore. It's like, no. Leslie Headland didn't make really thick lightsabers for the lore.
She did for her wife.
Mm-hmm.
She took the props home.
Like, she needed the extra room to fit the vibration motors in.
So, okay, hold on. You know what? Before
There's a whole thing about Manny Jacinto when he was in that water, because it was just the ocean.
That's the
so he
Asian
said it
guy's
was really
name?
cold.
Kinto.
When he got out of the ocean, he was shaking. And I did say, like, Leslie Headland must have loved that. It means he's got a vibrate function.
Just built in. Maybe he's actually Cybertronic.
That's why she wanted him to get so cold.
Wow. That's awkward.
Wow.
And she's apparently a lesbian, or at least bi. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Well, she has a wife.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
That explains the
Allegedly.
thirst.
She's been missing the one part her wife doesn't have.
I mean, there's a reason there's U-hauls and bed death.
Well, I always say this, like, lesbians still use phallic objects, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's basically anything that shape. Like, no one should look at a cucumber and think, "Phew, I mean, it's reasonably priced."
Hey, I've talked about fruits and vegetables like that before.
But not.
I don't know why you felt the need to tell the chat that.
Oh, I bought blueberries for sale earlier today. It was a great price.
Love a good sale.
I love
At least
Jeez.
attach a piece of string to them first.
Oh. Okay.
Gross. Ew.
Gross.
Ew.
Racist dog.
Okay.
Disgusting.
David Carlin
You're the one doing it.
gifting 5 memberships. And
Thank you.
also, Psychotic Mongoose has been a member for 9 months. And Sneaky Singy also gifted 5 memberships. Thank you.
Yes, queen.
Yes. Yes.
He does that better than girls. He just has like the.
Oh, speaking of fruit, okay. Sidetracking. Costco is now selling Reese and bananas frozen, like Reese's peanut butter cups frozen around a banana. Oh my god, I want to try it so bad.
Ooh, that sounds good. Chocolate, peanut butter, and banana.
Yes.
Your continent
Dessert.
was a mistake. Like,
Just
you hear that, and the first thing you're like,
Ew.
that sounds amazing. It's like, no, that sounds like a
No, it
horrific
sounds
abomination.
amazing. Shush you.
No.
And there's Reese's animal crackers. I want to eat it, but I'm
Have you ever had one? Oh, I had them. They're pretty good. I've had them before.
Oh my.
I love Reese's. Snickers are my
too.
favorite, but then Reese's are right under.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
like
ever
peanut
put them in
butter.
the freezer?
Yeah, I have some in my freezer
Oh.
right now.
Why would you put them in the
actually.
freezer? Tastes the taste out of chocolate.
No, because then it melts in your mouth as you're eating it. So
Well,
good.
chocolate melts in your. Yeah, chocolate is supposed to melt in your mouth, but
Yeah,
it's more
but I
likely
like
to melt in
it.
your mouth if it's not frozen.
I like it, and it slows down your eating it too. Because I like to nibble at it, and yeah, I love Reese's peanut butter cups. So good, and I love the thins the most.
I like the sticks too. The Reese's peanut butter sticks. They're like wafer. Very good. All right, sorry guys. We started
So-
talking about food. Now I'm gonna get hungry again.
Manja.
Matthew Sheward, thank you for the £2. I know a Polish sound tech. I know Shez one too.
Oh, a
Check.
Polish
Check.
sound.
Sorry, I'm dumb.
I know. One, two. You get it now?
Check 1 2. Yeah, I got it. It took me a second because I read Shez.
Yeah, when you call it shakes, it's like, oh.
I'm dumb. Sorry, guys. I'm still. I mean, my brain is always loading. There's no excuse.
Well, that
I
was the
have no
thing. I mean,
excuse.
if you drank enough, that would have been excusable. You could have been like, "How am I supposed to?" It's a C followed by a Z.
Can you read the name and this? Just
Oh,
already knows. I'm asking.
Wait,
him.
just for me.
Disparu because I think it'll sound really funny. Because he's.
I mean, Xray Girl was almost excited. There's
No,
the
you want to
possibilities
read
of that one.
It's very
Well,
Disparu.
you can-
Jedi Master clapped. Jedi Master clap them cheeks. Clap them cheeks. Or is it? Would it be
Cheeks.
Why doesn't he just spell it cheeks though? That's what I don't understand. We have really overcomplicated the name here.
Because he's trying
Jedi
to
Master clap
annoy
them
you.
cheeks. You girls like a thick lightsaber? Well, I mean, if they did, Manny probably isn't the person for it.
No.
Damn.
I mean, he's half Canadian, so.
Thank you for
What
the
does that mean?
See,
Sorry.
everyone thought I was going for the Filipino part. No.
Oh my god.
The singing Tigs for $10. Xray. Oh, you want to read this one? Xray, it's for you.
Oh god. Hi, singing Tigs.
Oh,
It
no,
says
is this
X-ray,
bad?
FNT 287 at 40 minutes and 20 seconds to Jeremy. Okay. You
Oh,
should
no.
get something called Throat Coat. Saucy Saturday. Hold your breath is really good for performing.
Hey, it's no use getting embarrassed now. You said it. No shame
Wait,
earlier.
these are all words I did say.
Yeah, they already have the clip.
X-ray with the gluck gluck. You forgot 9,000.
Mhm.
Mark Love long time.
It's the only useful reason to have a pineapple.
What?
Is it? No, it's a
Pineapples are
so it's a grapefruit, isn't it? Not a pineapple.
Huh?
Right. So we've
Some-
just found out
is
what you
this-
don't know.
Is this some American Pie thing? Like with
Chow,
Wait,
though.
what are you doing with a pineapple? Like
No,
that's
it's a
disgusting.
grapefruit. I misremembered the fruit.
Okay.
A grapefruit?
I don't know what's happening right now.
It's a method.
Of
Yeah,
what?
if you must have not seen the video. It's not something you can show. So I can't really.
I think I know. I remember. What was that?
It's when people said the gluck gluck
woman-
9. Yeah, it's
the
related
black
to that.
woman that like no,
Mhm.
no,
Yeah.
it's like 9,000. I thought it was from Call Her Daddy, and she was like,
No, but it's a similar kind of act. It's just this one involves a grapefruit and a woman more like a Hoover.
Cool.
It's a video on YouTube, all right?
It's for learning purposes.
Yeah, it's educational.
Jedi Master
It's
Seppuku.
taught some people a thing or two.
Did I say that right? Seppuku.
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 Oh, seppuku for $1.99. Wicked not into Asian.
Isn't that
boys
where they
confirmed.
fall on the sword themselves?
I
Yep.
don't know.
That happened on House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah, the twins.
When they did seppuku.
Well, not that Asian boy. I mean, he's not ugly, but I don't get the hype.
I think-
It's
mid.
his arm. They rave about his arms. That's what they really
Oh,
love.
He's got a little muscle there.
He's
Mine are bigger
so
than his. No, I'm
lean.
kidding.
Not
Never-
into it. Too lean for me.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not ugly or anything, but it's not like, oh my god, he's no Richard Madden. Okay, like he's not.
He would
I
have to have a
literally
really
think
good
that the thirst
personality.
over him is the only chance they've got
a
as a
good
season 2,
personality.
which is
So,
why
yeah,
they're pushing it.
Do you guys think that there's going to be a season 2?
I hope so.
It depends how thirsty Kathleen Kennedy is.
I'm sure she's
Like
very
unironically.
thirsty.
She probably is so thirsty for the next season, and I am here for it because the way that the show ended off, I am dissatisfied with the ending. If I were a fan of it, but it was perfect for review purposes.
Oh yeah.
On this side of the internet, because it's like I want to feel completion, happy, or like excited to find out what's
You want
going
a
to happen.
happy ending.
I don't. Like I guess it was happy for them because she found her teacher, master. I guess it just seems so weird, and she's seen him naked. That's weird too.
Is it? I mean,
Emilio.
I think her stalking him is the weird part of that scene, personally.
The
Uh,
arms
All of it.
that going over the. that
But
was
no,
funny.
it
I know
was
she didn't
like-
do that, but
You literally killed Sol, the good guy, and then had about 10 minutes of sympathy crying for the evil Bints in the group. And then one of them, she got to have a romance relationship. And if you read any of the critics who were asking for a season 2, they were like, well, you know, there's lots of story left to tell. They've got a lot of promise, and can you imagine what the romance is going to be like? Can you imagine what Manny will do? Maybe we'll get to see Manny. We could get Manny, but Manny might be here. Like, all the people asking for season 2 is just
For relationship drama. This is what you watch CW shows or shows like Bridgerton, which, by the way, is made for women, whereas this show, it's made for women, but in actuality, no one's watching it because you're making it for women who are like, I don't think Star Wars and think relationships. I think Bridgerton, right?
Yeah. They want an old setting in fancy dresses and stuff.
Yeah, I want to feel beautiful. None of the girls even are beautiful on the show. And I mean, sorry, Manny Jacinto. I'm gonna compare it to season 1 of Bridgerton.
Oh, he was in that. Sorry, I did like The Good Place. Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, this was the male
He was also
interest.
in Top Gun Maverick, you know, but he got cut.
Did he?
Yeah, he apparently had quite a lot of speaking lines, but they cut all of his speaking lines, so he's barely in the movie.
Oh, that's sad.
Wow.
But like you could have cast someone like this, but you didn't. And then you made Amanda, who's not a bad looking person, look really ugly.
Yes. But that's modern Hollywood. You're not allowed to have like attractive women in TV shows anymore or games, which is why like the first Descendant is doing well, just because it's like the first game out in ages where the women in it look like women. Strange that that's unique now, but now it has 128,000 players just for that. So, you know, it's a bit weird. But yeah, I do think that because Disney has been filled with essentially, they've gone through all the tick boxes and stuff, we're going to hire loads of women, put them in charge of everything. I do think they stand a chance to get a season 2 just off the thirst. Because what they were going for is he's come out and gone, I'm so diverse, I represent all the Filipinos, isn't it amazing how diverse I am? Also, people are really thirsty about me, and so
I'm like really
seems to
hot.
be the pitch for season 2.
Oh my God,
no, he says he doesn't know, he can't understand why people find him attractive.
It's like Simu Liu, which I think Manny Jacinto is more handsome than Simu, but somehow Simu has a career. Don't know how.
Does he? I mean, what was the last thing he was in?
Who's Simu?
That one with Jennifer Lopez.
I don't know.
The one on
I
Netflix.
don't know, J-Lo films. Like, this is a woman who literally got renowned for having a fat arse.
Oh
Big
God,
booty.
what was it called?
I don't know what you're talking about because I think the last J-Lo movie I watched was probably like The Wedding Planner.
Oh,
like when she was doing the
Atlas.
rom-com. Oh, there you go.
Atlas. It was an action movie, and Simu Liu was the evil.
A Netflix. Yeah, it's a Netflix thing. No wonder I never saw it.
Oh.
And I'm sorry, J-Lo is not an action star, and that's okay.
No, she's a singer. Like, what's she doing acting in the first
She
place?
did the most action that I like action type movie that she was in that I thought was well done was Enough. You probably seen that Xray, right? Like where she had to train because she had an abusive husband and she was trying to get out of it, and she had to, like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I think
that's
that
not super
she was.
action-y, but it's close because she had to like learn to fight, whatever. I don't know. It's more realistic than her being like an actual action star.
Yeah, I think she should stick to rom-coms. It's definitely her wheelhouse. And by the way, can't we bring rom-coms back? I miss those. Like a good one.
I still need to watch the one with Sydney Sweeney and was it Anyone But You? I think is what it was called. I heard that it was really good, that it was reminiscent of My Best Friend's Wedding, and that was like the vibe they were going for. And I'm like, oh, I love that movie. So I heard that it was actually a good rom-com from every girl that's seen it. So I gotta check it out.
I haven't seen it. Maybe I'll take a look at it.
I think I wanted to watch it with you on our trip, but we fell asleep.
Tired every
Because
night.
Yeah.
X-Ray, because you show the guy, and I think you might be like, he was essentially just better preened compared to in the Acolyte. So this is him once he's been like on a red carpet kind of thing. Does this improve your opinion of him?
He definitely looks more handsome there. Maybe it's the really creepy, greasy hair. It just doesn't.
Apparently, they
You know
wet
what?
his hair a lot
I was
because he
gonna
was talking about
say-
that in the interview.
He, like, my vibe that I got, because I only watched the last episode. I seen clips from you guys, like your reviews and like things on, Twitter and everything. But honestly, what I got was that he needed a shower. He was all dirty. And I'm just like, everyone's like, drooling over him. Like I would be like, I'd be
But
hosting
they
him
like
off,
that,
"You need to clean
though."
up."
Collider loved it. They called it loserism. They said that, or inverse, one of them. They said it was loserism, and that was what was attractive about it.
I kind of have I'm not like a super germaphobe, but a little bit. So I'd be like,
I think they like the evil degenerate angle. It
And
is like
the
the
dirt,
ultimate bad boy
apparently.
kind of thing. Yeah, well, look, loserism.
Yeah.
But like when I think about liking a bad boy, I want to like someone like
You can't have
Fast
Henry
and
Cavill as a
Furious.
biker.
no, like
Oh.
I would think like, Vin Diesel has that bad boy vibe in the first movie, okay?
What,
He's
Fast and
I
got-
mean,
Furious?
he's got a bit of an advantage in the fact that he's bald.
So you
I mean,
don't
any
greasy
guy
hair?
can be bald if
Yeah.
they wanted. Well, that's true.
Yeah. True. Let me get a
But,
couple
like,
more of
Keanu
these.
Reeves, he has long hair and he gave off like kind of bad boy vibes when he had longer hair and it didn't look greasy and gross.
And I'm sure.
Just
Well, no,
like
they kept wetting his hair because in the interview he talks about how baby oil and wet hair goes a long way. So that was a deliberate style choice by the Acolyte. So what you're looking at is what Leslie Headland essentially thinks is attractive in men.
She likes dirty, greasy men.
Well, I think what you're looking at is the fan fiction author writing a show. So this is what the Raylos want. This is what the fan fiction crowd want. They want somebody who's really evil, who's in touch with their feminine side. So he'll have a cry with you. He'll talk really softly. He'll let you dominate him, but he'll also go and murder all of your friends.
Also,
Like Adam
Osha
Driver?
definitely
Yeah, so there's an
dominated
upside.
him.
Yeah, in the finale, she's like leading him to the ship and everything. And somehow, when she's in his ship, she can disconnect him from the controls. Like, what?
Yeah, that was really odd. And I think if I were trying to find a version of a Padawan, I wouldn't let my Padawan lead. As a master, you should be leading and teaching them. But
There's no way a Sith would allow her to get away with that. There
No.
would be punishment.
Yeah, so this show made Sith soft and Jedi bad guys.
Yeah, because he wasn't meant to be a Sith. He was meant to be the thirst trap. That seems to be his only role in the show. Like, he was after episode 5, where he gets revealed and kills a load of people, he wasn't meant to be in the series. That was it. But Leslie Headland saw him in the outfit, saw his arms, and her words were, if
Maybe I'm
he's
not
not in the
gay.
rest of the series, there will be a revolt.
I mean, kind of.
Those are words.
So she literally had to write him back into the show for those episodes.
That is wild to me.
Yeah, and it was just because she thought he was hot. And
I
I have
really
a
think
feeling
she's
so
not
did
gay
the women
then.
on the set.
Probably not. It's just she wants to fit in with Hollywood.
like,
so I'm gay.
I think they had to
I-
make Noah's Ark just so they didn't flood.
I would be worried with her Harvey Weinsteining Manny Jacinto then.
Aw, protect him.
I know.
He's probably. I don't have a problem with him. I just don't get the super like oh my god. Like no. I mean, he's fine. He's not like ugly, but
he's not like drool worthy.
no.
With the interesting thing though is that he's kind of something that both sides have admitted was the best part of the show, and so whether the people are like, oh my god, he's really hot, he's amazing, or just like from an acting perspective and a character, he usually had the best character out of everybody.
He has the best character arc because I honestly think that if they did Soul any bit of justice, I mean, I really liked him from the very beginning when we first met him.
When he was stoic, he was good. When he turned into an emotional wreck, they destroyed him.
And so soft and creepy because we talked about it last week when Soul was like, I need a Padawan. She will be my Padawan.
Yeah. Where did that come from?
So creepy.
I feel a
Like, what's
connection to her. It's like,
yeah,
wait,
he
what?
wants to feel a connection.
like,
Yeah.
who does that?
So which
And-
one? Since I'm not like I don't know about the show. I watched the.
Do you
last
know
episode,
Leslie Headland's
what-
best quote that she's made of the series? It's my favorite quote of all
What?
time.
This is the gay
Leslie
Star Wars.
Headland said that because obviously you've seen Osha and May, they're identical twins, but previously there were flashback scenes to kids who were different actresses, and so looked entirely different. And she said the reason why she didn't choose identical twins for those roles is because it's very difficult to tell them apart.
Sorry. Wicked's like brain
Yeah,
processing.
people don't get it because it's so stupid. She is literally saying the problem with identical twins is they just look too alike.
Someone needs to like change their looks a little. Like what the? Okay.
So she had identical twins as kids and gave them entirely different faces.
She makes me look smarter.
And so when they grow up, then they become identical twins. That's how the Force works, right?
Yes, their faces merge together into one.
Yeah, and with the same haircut,
So,
essentially.
Osha was supposed to be like the good one, right? That was training with the Jedi.
Not
and then
necessarily.
Which one was it? That's what I was gonna ask you guys.
No,
because
Osha is the one that's trained with the Jedi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but she was
then
never
stopped.
good as such. She just happened to have been the one that went with the Jedi. The story is that
Okay.
they're essentially one mind split. So they were born essentially the same person, and then I think they're going for you're just. Well, it's weird because they should be going for you're a product of your experiences with that angle, but instead it seems like no, you just turn out the same, which is pretty base actually.
It's people.
Yeah, and so there is no light and dark. The way she sees it is they are the embodiment of ultimate freedom. So they can just embrace whatever they want. That's why Jacinto keeps saying, I want freedom, even though he wants to kill people with it. And the story that Leslie Headland has said is that the reason why she's so powerful is because the Jedi restrict themselves, whereas she doesn't. So she embraces part Sith, part Jedi. That gives her balance and more powerful. So her romance with Jacinto, which the Jedi would prevent, is what gives her strength. Is meant to be the story. You wouldn't know that if you hadn't read the interviews, though, because it's not in the show.
No, I wouldn't have gotten that anyway. Like
No.
there's like even it's a hint at romance, but it's not really.
Well, they were supposed to kiss in the finale, but it got
obvious?
rewritten.
Oh, thank God! I don't think I want to see them kiss.
Wait, the
Oh,
old
that's-
Are you guys
they're
talking about
leaving
the
that for
old
season
Asian
2.
dude? Are you talking about the old Asian dude or the
No,
No,
the guy.
Jacinto.
Oh, okay. I
young
got
one.
confused for a second. I was like, ooh,
Greaseball.
too much.
Saul, as he's getting force choked, does say, I love you, and then he gets choked. So he's about to tell her, I love you.
Yeah, all the men
Wow.
in this show, like anytime you see a man, they're getting told by women what to do, that they're stupid in some way, or killed.
What, the Jedi from episode 2 literally topped himself because he drove to somebody's house. That was the only thing that was even remotely bad that he did. Everything else was entirely justified. He just drove to their house when the Jedi told them not to.
Yep.
That's stupid.
You know, I actually thought of something that might have been good if the Virgins did a split of a person where one was supremely evil and one was supremely good, but still somehow the two loved each other and fought each other in the end. I think that would have been such a cool story. But they didn't even do that.
No,
No,
they should have just
I mean-
did like a show that wasn't Star Wars. If they wanted to do some like witchy show, like why does it have to be Star Wars?
This could have been a great CW show, honestly.
Yeah,
I think this
CW's
is too bad for CW.
well, yeah.
I'm
But they like
rewatching.
thirst traps, so
They,
no.
well, CW is great for thirst traps. The Diaries, the originals, and the legacies. I've watched all of them, and they have like beautiful women, beautiful men, and interpersonal stories, along with some other, fantasy story. And it's great for that, but that doesn't work for Star Wars necessarily. This
Well,
romance has to be secondary to all the stuff that happens politically.
The thing with CW, despite all the other problems, is they knew how to write for television. In that the episode is a self-contained episode, but there's also an overarching plot across the entire series that wraps it together. The Acolyte couldn't do that. The Acolyte couldn't come up with a story that lasted 8 episodes. It was just
They couldn't
random
even have a
event followed by
story in
random
half
event.
an episode.
Yeah.
Everything kept on changing. Like the best episode to kind of show that was May's story when she was on Soul's ship. Oh, I want to kill him. No, I don't. I'm going to kill him. No, I won't. Huh?
Yeah. Well, it's the same with the morality. There's flipping all over the place. I'm with the Jedi, no, I'm with the Sith. I'm with the Jedi, no, I'm with the Sith. The entire timeline from Manny killing all of her friends to her falling in love with him is one day. It's like... no, but she doesn't even get to know him. She's just like, whoa, I've seen his lightsaber. That'll be great. It's
Well,
the
there
only
is-
storyline.
That women sometimes are like that. And then one day
but
it's going to take one thing to
Fantasy
get
is
her
supposed
there.
to be better.
It's
This
supposed
is why
to
men
be.
write it.
when you get that one thing where you're like, oh my God, I've fallen in love so quickly. Just a look and damn those
Damn those
throbbing
arms.
lightsabers.
Oh.
Well, arms. I was just thinking about the
Yeah, but
audio.
that's actually written into like masculine stories. So if you take like Bond, right? Bond was literally, he turns up and just by basically saving the world and being Bond, all the women fall in love with him. So you still get the feminine story of, I'm falling for this guy who's kind of a bad guy. Like Bond, he does the right thing, but he's not necessarily a good guy as it is. He will literally just annihilate you.
He has to do bad things to do the good thing.
Yeah, get his
Yeah,
job.
he's
He gets
willing
the job
to. Yeah,
done no
like,
matter
it's
what.
for everything he does is for England. And so if something came down to a choice between another country and England, he would choose England, no matter what the consequences were. So he's got like a defined morality, but there was all like it would just be the women were just something that happened at the end. That I think when you have that kind of I fall in love with you immediately, it kind of works in a Bond film where it's just like a sideline and then she gets won over at the end. But you can't write a story about it because it's got no content.
Yep.
In this, the strangest part of the movie, the episode, was when she's like, I saw May murdering Sol, I need to go and stop her. And then she proceeds to put on the same clothes that she's just seen in the mission and goes to the location that she's seen Sol die. And at no point thinks, hang on, maybe it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the helmet is so stupid.
But the
Which
one
one,
he
his big one or
wears?
his little one?
The
both?
DJ, the marshmallow
Oh.
DJ helmet. That's what it looks like. You know, what's that?
The
marshmallow man
mouse,
DJ?
dead mouse.
Yeah,
think
it looks
that's
like
dead
that, like with the X's.
Oh my God.
Now you can't unsee it. That's the first thing that popped into my head.
Hey,
when I saw it. I was
I
okay.
like my Mickey Mouse ears. They'll be my version.
Oh, you
put
do?
extra-
That's cute. I have
Uh,
one. I'll put it in the back. I got a pink one.
Noise.
It's somewhere over there. You gave it to me.
Yeah,
Nice.
the episode was lackluster. There wasn't much that happened. The fight, I will say, the fight between Soul and Chimere, Manny Jacinto, was actually pretty good. Like, it was entertaining because I think both of them have had some sort of fight training in their lives. And then the rest pretty much.
The
Oh,
fight was
right.
good right up until Crouching
So-
Tiger, Hidden Dragon, backwards wire work thing.
I
It just
thought-
doesn't fit in Star Wars.
No.
Oh. I thought this was very weak. Like I watched it, I thought that something. I mean, I didn't have high hopes for it. I will give them props for sticking to just not doing anything well on the show. Apparently, not really giving them props. I'm being sarcastic. Someone in the chat's gonna be like, "Are you serious?" No, I'm joke. But it was very weak.
Nothing's better than a woman with low standards.
It was. That's just where what I summed up with it. Like we gave in the end with like spoiler alert, everybody's so sorry, but with Yoda at the end, I was just like, okay. The thing
It
is,
didn't
all
feel
this
exciting.
stuff- and all this stuff, like, okay, I'll compare it to now. The Mandalorian wasn't great, but it was good enough. Like I enjoyed the first season, and then when this was the second season, I think, where it ended and you've seen Luke and stuff, and some people got really hyped for it. I understand that why that was interesting, but compared to that, it's like you just show her coming to like talk to Yoda and stuff. It's like, so that's just showing us they're making it canon with all the Star Wars that we love, and it's like all this is going on, and it wouldn't come up in any of the movies. Like we know, obviously, like they're adding it now, but it's just like it makes no sense. When you look back at old Star Wars, like why this coven would have never came up or anything, you know what I mean? So them inserting it now is just stupid. It makes no sense.
Well, if we're just comparing the Luke scene to the Yoda scene, when Luke came in, that was like a dire moment. Everything
Mhm.
was almost lost. We're like, we're losing. And then he comes in and saves the day.
Mhm.
That is an epic way to bring in a character,
Mhm.
as we have seen even with like the Spider-Man, with the 3 different Spider-Mans. Them coming in was like, okay, we need some sort of hope. That's your hope. Yoda appearing at the end was just, hi, this is Yoda. You like Yoda, right? Here,
You want a
like
season
him.
2, right? He'll be in season 2. Yay.
And it just
Raised
raised more
important leader.
questions. Like, you've seen all of these Jedi get wiped out. And at no point did Yoda think, I need to go there and find out what's doing it. You just didn't
Yeah.
care. You just sat there. Like probably
entire
floating
time.
or something.
Well, to be fair, the Jedi were stupid and never reported anything to Yoda.
If he's going to be
And
leading,
That's how they
that
get
place,
around it.
he'll definitely know. Like, I could understand you, like from the Senate, right? That we're hiding it from the Senate. They wouldn't be hiding it from the rest of the Jedi Temple when they're getting all these knights together to go and investigate and stuff.
Yeah, but there was no excitement when we saw Yoda. No reason for him to be there besides reporting themselves when they should have done it years ago.
Well, I think he was a second edition, because you had what was he, Plagueis, whatever his name is. That I had no idea who he was because I just watched the movies and stuff. Not into all the EU stuff. It's a really weird place the Acolyte's in, where apparently they got rid of the EU, but they keep bringing them back as if you're supposed to know who they are. It's like, no, if you bring in a character from like a book series, you have to explain who that character is because most people won't know. Like that's for your like the hardcore fans, the ones that read all the extra lore. When you bring something into like a TV series meant to be more mainstream, you have to treat it as if you're introducing a new character.
Exactly.
But he was supposed to be at the end in Yoda's place, but the reason why he wasn't there is because they didn't want to overshadow the romance. Because they said it made it seem like he was the one sort of Machiavellian setting them up together, and they thought that took away her agency.
Nathan's right. More like Vegas Plagueis. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Let's get through a few of these super chats and then we'll continue our thoughts on this because
There's lots.
yeah. Market Reality, thank you for the 5. So is personal vibration a Sith power now? No wonder girls like the bad boys.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Flash could do it really well.
It's just like
I mean, the Flash could do it so fast he could move through solid objects. So
That's
Eric?
true.
yeah, pick your speed
Yeah.
setting.
Eric Applefinger for 10. Does Mark's leg vibrate? Seems less expensive than veggies, and you can take it anywhere and no one would question it.
His leg costs like thousands of dollars. It's not it's more expensive
So
than
that's
veggies.
a yes then. I mean, if you're going to spend thousands of dollars on it, at least give it a vibrate function.
That's up to him and his prosthetic.
That's up to him
maker.
and how many bullets he buys. He's got a MacGyver it.
Oh my god. I'm sure there's somewhere out there something that looks like that.
Probably. Yeah.
Mountain Mutt, thank you for the 199. Cut her some slack, folks. She's tired. I am tired. It's I'm still catching up. I still got so much to do. Like actually I probably went through this. I'm sure you had a lot to
Oh
do
my
once you
god,
finally got home.
unpacking
You're
takes
probably
so
not even
long.
done. You gotta unpack and
Just don't do it. That's what I do.
My suitcase is still at the front with like just random miscellaneous stuff that I need to put
Mhm.
away, but I just haven't yet.
I just leave everything in it and then go and collect it when I use it. That's legitimately my tactic.
Shows how much I use some objects then.
It's true. Slosher, thank you for the Canadian 10. Interesting fact, the original lightsabers were made from old camera flash attachments. The one in the Acolyte were made from Hitachi ones, hence the thickness.
Yeah. For her pleasure.
Is it what I think that is?
Yes.
What is that? Did I just say something?
It's the massaging thing. Well, it's sold as a massager.
Just her face. Her face.
Here, we'll let Disparu read this one.
Anakin's burnt wiener for $1.99. Do you prefer length or girth in your lightsaber?
Oh my god.
Girth is the most important, and these were thick.
For a lightsaber?
Gives you a better grip.
I don't know. I've never used a sword before.
No, you don't want too thin because it might snap, right? It's to be too fragile. So you do want quite a bit of
This is
thick
like
steel in
I feel like Disparu is speaking from experience right now.
it. Mm-hmm.
He likes a girthy saber versus
Well, it would be safer, right? Because it'd give a thicker beam, and so you would
Yes,
actually
I
block
guess.
things at a further
But
distance.
then could it
away
be
from-
heavier? Way
I
more?
mean, it would be heavier, but
You're fine.
like most of the lightsaber is just weightless.
That's true.
So it's only the hilt,
it's just
so it's
the
not gonna be
stuff in your
heavy.
hands that is the heavy part.
Yeah. Not what it fires at you.
Here, we'll let Xray read this one. It's about Mark.
I hate you all. Andrew Matthews for 5 British pounds says Mark the Saber's favorite hero is Guts because both he and Mark use a two-hander.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't know who Guts
Thank
is,
you,
but there are
Andrew.
two-handed swords.
Oh,
so
Berserk.
I'm assuming it's referring to a sword.
He has that huge sword. It's very similar to. I'm trying to think who else uses a big sword like that.
There's loads, like in Final Fantasy and stuff. Is it that kind of sword?
Yeah. Final Fantasy. That's the big one.
Lord
Literally.
Botha for $4.99. Drinking tea the best way right now. Over ice with sugar. Also, I think Headlamp is as gay as Maza is literate.
Lord Botha
Wow.
is an abomination to
Poor
all that is
Maza.
tea. He literally bought tea and ruined it.
He's catching strays and he's not even here.
He might be. Are you
To
in
be
the
fair,
chat,
Maza would enjoy it.
Hi, Maza, if you're here.
Hi. He might be hiding in the chat.
Oh my God. I was so excited. Shad was like, he lives close to an Australian. I won't say which Australian in case of doxing or whatever, but I think it's so cool. Then they're going to hang out. I love it.
Australian
I
friends.
do just wonder if Maza is near them as well. And he just randomly tags along.
I would love if Maza joined in on the
Because I don't think Shad would have any idea who he was. So the first impressions would be amazing.
Oh
the
my
hell
God.
is
I
this?
just hear Shad's like thoughts on who Maza is as a human being.
He'll be glad he brought a sword,
Yeah.
an armor.
Vimaran, thank you for the Swiss 10. Did last episode have any closure about connection of Asian Ezra Miller to lesbo comic witches? Or
No.
where was the evil twin for 16 years? Given how illogical everything is, season 2 will be mega tarded.
I think it doesn't explain it, but we can probably assume that she was training with him for those years. Or, you know, she was alone and he found her or something. It's probably what the story's going to be. We have absolutely no idea how he ties into the witches at all. In fact, the witches seem entirely pointless. So all the story.
So my question, since I don't know like the show, at the end it was it May that went back with the Jedi pretending to be Osha? Or was it Osha? Because Osha was in the black outfit, right? And she left with the guy.
Osha was the one with Manny. May was with Sol.
But was she pretending to be May, or was she pretending to be Osha? Or I mean herself?
A couple of episodes ago, May pretended to be Osha. But
Okay, so
Sol
she was.
realized it was May.
Okay, so the
He
Jedi
already
think
knew
that
by
she's...
this episode.
Okay, but the Jedi are gonna think that that's Osha, or no? Because
No,
they know it's May.
The way they were talking to her, they know. But now you raise the question, I don't know how they know.
Yeah.
Because they shouldn't.
Okay, I was confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's one of the things where, because the scriptwriters knew and the audience knew, we just assumed that the Jedi did, but there's no way they should have done.
Okay. Interesting. Not
Mind
at
you,
all.
she would know.
Just
She,
that we
she
don't
had the
know, I
memories
mean,
of an
that's
8-year-old, so she would know her own name. She didn't have complete amnesia,
I mean,
so she
so,
would know
like-
who she was.
Okay, all right. I thought that maybe she was pretending to be Osha, since Osha was supposed to be the one that was training with the Jedi, you know?
No,
so...
they wiped her memory to that of like an 8-year-old or something, so she wouldn't know enough to even know that she should pretend to be Osha. Her last memory was setting fire to Osha as a child, which is why it was a weird point, actually, because resetting all your memories to that should reset everything about you. So she should act like a child, talk like a child. Whereas
Yeah, I was
instead,
thinking that.
she just seemed like an adult, but as if she just couldn't remember what had happened during the series.
Yeah, and if anything, she should be like super fired up and be like, "My mom was just killed. What happened to her?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, where's all those Jedi? Who
It's
are
like
you?"
she was aware that she was supposed to know more. Like, the last thing I remember is... But yeah, you're right. They couldn't even get that right.
She was in full rabid Sith mode in her last memory, so she would still be that really angry child that goes around using the Force and everyone that would burn people alive for absolutely no reason whatsoever. She wouldn't be wild. She wouldn't be obeying them at all. They'd have to lock her up.
But that's the continuity that we do not see in a lot of these episodes. And they don't care about characterization. And yet again, she's changing her mind on so many things. At least this time it's plot hole. She lost her memory. So it doesn't matter what they would have done.
Yeah, it's like
It's
most
a reset.
characters have like long-term goals or some kind of principles or personality type, and that's why they're predictable. Like, you could put a character in a situation and know how that character would react. In this, nothing. Now, the answer to every single question is, what does feel good in the moment? And that's what they do. If it's good to murder these people, I'll do that. If it's good to go off with the Jedi now, I'll do that. There's no targets or goals, which is why the entire series feels like, okay, but what was any of this for? What was anyone trying to achieve? What was the end goal of anything? Well, nothing, because the end goal was to get Manny and Osha together to have a romance. That was it. No
They wanted
one.
to make
There was
a
no big villain to
Star
defeat.
Wars rom-com with witches. Riveting.
Absolutely.
I was
not.
gonna mess around with you guys, but I'm like, I know you guys wouldn't believe me. I was gonna be like, that show was awesome. I can't wait for season 2.
I'd be like, get
Anyway.
out. I'm going to kick you out.
Kick you out of your own channel. Goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way you could have done it after one episode anyway. Everyone was just going, watch the rest.
And not that
What
episode.
part
because
did you like about it that made you change your
Yeah.
mind?
it had Yoda.
I thought he
did
was
like
amazing.
Yoda. He's so
And
cute.
Plagueis, he peeked his head around that cave. I was blown away.
I couldn't believe it. And when he cut that lightsaber, whoa.
Oh my
And,
God.
and then there was Manny. I mean, have you seen his arms?
Actually, no, if you'd come along and played the Manny Thirsts angle, it may have been believable. Like, you could have gone
Maybe.
full Raylo, right? And just been like, I love him. I ship him. I am one with Manny.
That was like when Xray tried telling me that Twilight was the greatest like vampire show, and I almost left the hotel room. I was like, I'm leaving. She's like, no, come back.
Joking.
I'm out.
Oh.
I'm out. How dare you? How dare you?
Vampire Diaries is.
I love Vampire Diaries actually, but I know we've already got. Sorry guys, we're gonna digress for 1
Wait,
second.
wait.
here.
Who did you like the most with Elena? Which brother?
Damon.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, you said with Elena. I thought you were going off which character, and I was just about to say, if either of you choose the guy who turns into a vampire hunter, was it her brother? I'm like, I hated that guy every single series.
Jeremy. His name was Jeremy. The one
Oh yeah,
What an
Jeremy!
ass.
I forgot about.
he was the annoying, like he was that annoying sibling that has to get injected, just like Don. Even though Don was probably more.
Don
interested
was a
in him.
better characterized.
Damon was
close
just
character.
like, whoo. He was
Yeah.
very good looking, and his story was written pretty well. I mean, it got a little like silly.
See, I
near the
thought you'd
end,
go for the
but-
bad boy.
Yeah.
Because no, or was Damon? Which one
Okay,
was
we're-
Damon?
I mean, they're
the bad boy?
all
Bad
kind
boys,
of
so
bad
they all-
boys.
they
No,
all
no,
kill
no.
people.
Because the one who's the Ripper is the good guy as long as he controls himself.
Stefan, yeah.
Stefan,
Oh, so you did go for the bad boy, right?
No, wait. Yeah. Damon is the bad boy,
Damon
but
was
like
the
he's
bad one, but-
misunderstood.
He's not
He's
misunderstood. He's the bad boy.
but he's gorgeous with bright blue eyes. Disparu.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to go off his actions, not his eyes. This
I mean,
is why
he's
Manny
looking.
Jacinto is the thirst villain. This is the Times article.
But he becomes a good guy, just like Spike.
But he's dirty looking. Can he at least be cleaner? Might
Damon
be
was
okay
clean.
with
Even
it.
Spike was
He
clean.
literally had a
lived
bath in the show.
Well, it was probably the one only bath that he took the entire time.
Well, no, it's literally like he's got out the bath and you're like, yeah, but he needs to clean. It's like, well, it's just got out.
Just
He
give me the
can't be
baby.
more cleaner.
oil. Just gonna put it all up in my hair.
What happened back on the Acolyte? What happened to the guy, the Ironing Jedi man? Did he die or
Oh,
something?
he got his head snapped by
Oh yeah, that's right.
Manny.
Okay.
In a very
Oh, have you seen him
anticlimactic way.
dancing?
The black guy, Yord?
Yeah,
think I
I
saw
don't know whether I
that.
can find
Wait. Better or worse than Amandla?
it.
Egg roll.
I would say it's worse,
Hi.
but I
Hi.
don't know where I can find
What's a
it.
lumpia?
I didn't want to say it because I don't trust anybody in the chat. Say
Yeah,
words.
when somebody sends you foreign language words, generally best not to read
I'm not
them
gonna
out.
Google it either because
Wait, is this Philip or is this Gray that's being
if
egg
it's
roll
gray,
right now?
then if it's gray, then it's okay. But if it's Phil, I'm gonna be suspicious of that word.
I thought you were gonna rhyme it.
Me too.
If it's Ray, it's okay. If it's Phil, you just kind of pause.
You're in the sill. I don't
Oh
know.
God, it's Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Okay, So, if you ever wanted to see as an
What is
advertisement
this
for a show,
picture?
two
What
people.
the heck is this?
This looks like a. What was
If
the?
you're about, this is about two people about to simulate banging each. Yes, actually, unironically.
about to-
Now the thing, she's really enjoying it, right? She looks as if she's really enjoying it the entire way through. Pay attention to his face.
He's looking at his
That's
own
the best
hand.
bit of this entire thing. What happens if I
That's a good hand. Sorry, I don't know what's happening.
right?
What?
Just
Right.
pay attention to his face. The first half, it's fine. It's the second half.
Oh, they're actually okay.
What's happening?
Oh,
What? I don't know what. This is an advertisement for the Acolyte. Go and watch the finale.
I
And
feel
they were
like
like,
you could
yeah,
dub over
let's dry hump each other.
You could like put the bump and grind song over
Why
it. It
is
would
his
fit.
tongue out like that? That's
I don't.
so...
Hey, no. There's a worse thing than his tongue.
Yeah, his faces that he starts making are a little worse. Hold on.
I mean, come on. That was just the first pause.
Wait, no, he just looks like he shat himself now.
I
now
mean,
he's like,
he looks
I
like he's giving it a
definitely
good
shat
try.
I'm a manly man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I bet you
again-
Leslie wished she was in front of him.
Well, this is the thing. Like, given what he's doing, presumably these are the faces that he thinks should be made in this situation.
Yeah.
I mean, what? I mean, imagine if she turned around and saw that. You'd stop midway through.
Oh, that 10 would turn into a 1.
He's
1
like,
out of 10.
"You
He's like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, why? I don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't know why this is an advertisement for the Acolyte.
for a show on Disney Plus. Wonderful.
I don't think any nerd would watch this and be like, I definitely need to watch. Oh, the Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
Oh no! Jord got him! He made He made
Oh no!
By
He's in
Disparu.
By Disparu. Matrix Acolyte got him.
I pressed the wrong button again. It's a big red X. It looks like you should close the stream. No, it closes everything.
It's okay. I ended a stream once upon a time. Thinking
Oh, yeah, I remember. What happens
like-
if that? Oh, it's like we've gone.
My bad.
Mr. E's been a member for 5 months. Thank you. Would you rather watch Acolyte or Game of Thrones season 8 for the chat too? Game of Thrones season 8.
Game of Thrones. Like,
Mhm.
as bad as Game of Thrones ending was, it was still semi-entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, especially like I'm getting more into House of Dragon and hearing stuff, and I'm like, why did they do my boy Jon Snow like that? It makes me even more mad now. And like when you see, sorry, we're going there now, but you did just bring out Game of Thrones. Like the scene, you know, when Daenerys first, Drogo, was that the name of her, the big dragon, like her favorite? When she lands with the dragon and Jon Snow, like it sniffs him and then is fine with him. At the time, we didn't know this because he was Targaryen. It's like, oh, that stuff is so cool, but they just did not stick the landing. But still, with all that, season 8 of Game of Thrones over the Acolyte.
I mean,
If the
season 8 of Game of
finale
Thrones,
was-
though, it needed a audio description for the blind. Like some of the scenes in that, and you're like, and there she is.
Drogon, thank
I don't
you.
even think I can read it.
I do think that season 8 should have been 2 seasons, and
They sped it up because weren't they working on the Star Wars stuff? And
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
wanted
no,
to get
you-
out. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
but it did
finish
it
it
did the
proper.
White Walkers dirty. You spent
Mhm.
7 seasons building it up to this. One battle? I'm sorry, no.
And then
No.
Jon Snow just ends up going back to the wall. Like, are you freaking kidding me? He was the prince that was like, you know, it's so stupid. But
And
anyways,
the thing is, the Night Walkers were the only thing I was interested in. It's why I was watching the
Yes.
series in the first place. You put it right at the start of the first series, and then you're just like, yeah, we're going to do this faux politics, which is made of really stupid people making really stupid decisions. But the thing you're interested is up there, and it's never going to arrive until right at the very end. It's like, oh, I would have
Yeah.
just watched that battle scene then.
And they did Jon Snow dirty. Like, he should have had a
I'm not like super mad that Arya was
To be
like
fair, I think
super
Jon Snow did
badass.
himself dirty.
Yeah. Well, I thought that
That's
like
what
I wasn't
I
really
can't stand that
mad
character.
at what they did with Arya. Like it was cool, but it's like I know a lot of people thought that Jon Snow should have killed the Night King, but it's more so like Jon Snow should have
couldn't
been
even
the king.
change his own
No,
bedding. Like,
he should have
was
been the
He was
king.
the first altar cook. Like,
Arya's story was very interesting because she went from like a sheltered, like, you know, really nice family home where they were basically like kings and like right, they ran the North pretty much, right? And it just from going from that, but actually watching, like people might call her a Mary Sue, but I would disagree with that because we see her struggle and then train and get to the point that she's at. So her story was really well done. I wasn't mad that she took out the Night King, but they could have just done so much better. And it's makes me sad that, like I said, watching House of Dragon now and hearing them talk about Aegon, the prince that was promised, and all that, and like that was supposed to be Jon Snow. Anyways, back to super chats.
Maybe there's another Aegon that we just don't know about.
There
They
could
keep
be.
naming their kids Aegon.
I know there's 30
That
of
is
them.
common in royal families. So
It is. It's just assumed, I guess, right? Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. And Azur also gifted another membership. And while we're on memberships, Emilio gifted 5 more. Thank you.
saucy.
We got a lot of potatoes in the squad right
Yeah.
now.
Welcome to the Potato Squad, everybody. I'm gonna update emojis and like do like a nice little revamp soon. So stay tuned for that. M8566 for $5. Special guest Mark the Cyborg Gwen.
He's very busy applying bullets to his leg at the moment.
He's Batman.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
I can't show my face.
Like when he walks along, you'll it'll sound like a lightsaber.
Wait. Whenever
You're
it
just-
impacts, it stops for
Yeah.
a moment.
It'll be like one of those, what is it, like Captain Scarlet kind of things. It's just
I
Sorry,
don't
I'm
know
not.
who Captain
I'm
Scarlet
not. I'm not.
it's an old
skipping-
show from Puppets.
I'm not
So
skipping any
they always
super
used to like
chats,
wiggle
guys,
their
but
heads and stuff.
Thank you, Maz's missing seashell. for the number
Thunderbird, yeah,
one.
Thunderbirds is probably a better example.
$20. So
Mark's
don't
playing
worry,
with his
guys,
big sword right now. He's in the chat. He says, "I'm playing Berserk."
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he says I'm playing with my big sword.
He is, because Berserk has a big sword.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
this is a very different meaning.
sorry, my head's not in the gutter.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So just a quick
So-
story time. I was told about this. Maz is missing seashell.
I read that as
It was-
Moz's missing eyeball. I was like, hang on.
Okay, wait,
So
wait.
thank you
Why
for
is
the
he missing
20.
a seashell?
So when they all got together and like Blabs went down there and everything and they all had a hangout, I forgot who handed it to him. Maybe it was Grant. Found like a really cute like purple seashell or something like that. It was like really pretty, and he gave it to Mazza. Mazza was so happy, and he showed Lethal, and Lethal threw it into the water. So
No! Oh, poor
Ma-
Mazza.
poor
He's
Mazza.
missing his seashell and shoes now.
Mhm.
God
Yeah.
dang
He's
it.
not
Well, I
allowed
think they
nice
found him
things.
another one. He's not allowed to have nice things. No. Poor Mazza. Yeah.
We can't even get too powerful. It will literally destroy the world.
You could go ahead and read this one, Xray. I'll let you do
Jason
so.
Webster for 5 Australian says hi to the incomparably charming X-ray girl, lovely wicked virtue, and what you see is what you get, Disparu. Absolutely true.
Thank you, Jason.
Rampant degenerate.
Especially the Disparu part.
W Rider for 5. Thank you. One mind split, but they didn't have a brain between them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to put
Yeah,
it.
I mean, they could have explored so many different things between the twins. I think that there could have been a mind link somehow between them. Like, she could have dreamt of May for years and thought, oh my God, that's just,
They kind
memories
of
of
did
her.
do that. Like, if you remember in the early episodes, they did have, like, where they were running through a forest and they were having all these hallucinations and fire and stuff, and then completely dropped it.
But that's the thing. They didn't follow through with that line.
Yeah.
And like, if they did, that could have been a cool way to be like, I thought you could have been there, but I was scared to believe it. But then, I had these dreams, but they were real. Like, could you imagine? That could have been a cooler story too.
I entirely forgot about those scenes until you mentioned the mind link. That's how long ago they dropped that stuff, as if it just didn't matter at all.
But that's just showing how bad of story writers they are. They're just fluffing everything. Nothing. It means nothing.
I just think the problem that you'll have is that the average audience of Star Wars, I don't think, is interested in finding out about the interpersonal family drama of 2 female twins.
I need to know. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
yeah, but ironically, you
Mode
are
for a
the
second.
audience of the Acolyte. This is why
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't like Manager Kinto. I expected you to break your keyboard through water damage.
Like I
He's
said,
not sexy enough.
he's
I
not
meant
Richard
drooling.
Madden. I know. I meant drooling. He's no Richard Madden. And while we're on that, real quick, I wanted to
Who's
ask
Richard
you guys.
Madden?
He
Sounds like a footballer.
He's Scottish, and he's
So you like
he's
them drunk?
he's Rob Stark from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Oh,
he was
okay.
he was the
The
guy that
young
burnt
wolf.
Citadel.
He's
The greatest Amazon flop of all time.
I think he's adorable.
He's
And
handsome.
he's very handsome. He has good hair, and he's not like beefy. You know what I mean? He's not like super muscular or anything. He's just normal, but he's not like
Yeah,
overweight or
but
anything.
Manager
He's-
Kinto is like he's toned but not muscular.
But,
Which I
okay.
think Manager Kinto is probably what you end up with if you don't have additives. If you just do it naturally, you probably end up like Manager Kinto.
Which is fine. Like he has like his body isn't like it's
And
probably
he's a great
pretty
actor.
similar to Manny's, but his face and
Why is he not wearing
His
socks?
face is good.
he has,
called
he has a nice
fashion.
face.
It's not
He has a
fashion.
really
that,
nice face.
that,
And
that,
his
like,
jaw is
I
nice
was
too.
weirdly repulsed when I noticed that he didn't have socks.
Probably just for that pose, but
Maybe
he's,
he
I think
has
he's very
like
attractive.
The pose wasn't complimentary, I'll give you that one, yeah. That was basically like
Yeah.
flashing me his crotch. See, there's all the Citadel photos.
Wait, is this it at all? Okay.
Yeah.
No, that
It's
oh,
the
I
biggest
didn't
flop
watch
of
that.
Amazon.
I didn't watch
No
that.
one
He
watched
won
it,
something
that's
that
why
he
it
was
died.
Does not look cute there.
no, that's when he was playing Elton John's manager slash
Oh, he
ex
looks like
in Rocket Man. I did not like that wig. I hated it.
he kind of looked
um,
like I think it was Wolverine in that
Which-
photo, like a really young Wolverine.
Oh, Citadel. Oh, he looks good here with Priyanka.
He looks good, and The Bodyguard is a really good show. I think it's on Netflix. It was actually a very, very good show. I highly recommend it. And he played Prince Charming on the live action Cinderella. And it's so funny because I already had the biggest crush on him, and I didn't know he was in the movie. I was sick, and I rented the live action Cinderella, like when it first came out on Amazon or something. And I looked, I was like, oh,
I need
it's
to
Richard
see
Madden.
him.
I got so yeah, he's. I think he's adorable. But I'm interested to know what your guys' celebrity crushes are, or
Ryan
one of
Reynolds.
Oh, now?
Ryan
I don't know
Reynolds?
if I have one now.
them. They're all too
right
old now.
now?
I'm kidding. He's
Oh,
like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
now.
that's true.
all my celebrity crushes aged out.
Like right now,
Ian said something about that in my last gaming chat. I forgot what the topic was, but Ian was like, "Well, this Rue wouldn't have a taker because he'd say they all aged out."
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like our celebrity crushes age with us, which is great. But I feel like for like if Disparu, he'll Leo DiCaprio the situation more so than
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah, I think he's
Whoa.
based.
There's always 25-year-olds.
I think,
Mhm.
I think Richard
Someone
Madden's
else
a
is
little
always
older than me,
24.
but that's okay. Richard Madden's older than me, but I'm okay with it.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, as a teenager, it was Kate Beckinsale. Then, after Kate Beckinsale aged out, it was Sarah Shahi. Do you know her? She was in Person of Interest.
Sarah Shahi.
Yeah, she was in Person of Interest, and she played like a woman with no emotions. So she was basically my perfect woman.
Oh, she's cute. Okay, here I'll show.
Here, I want to see what she looks like. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it this girl here?
Yeah, but that's not the best photograph. I think if you search Person
Oh,
of Interest,
I didn't spell
Sarah
her.
Shahi- Yeah, I think it's SHA. Yeah,
Personal interest.
Person of Interest, but
Oh,
it'll probably come up.
okay. Yeah, she's cute.
No, that's Amy.
Yeah, that's the one from Buffy.
Yeah, it's Fred from Buffy.
Oh, here
well,
we go.
Angel. Okay, she's cute.
She's
Yeah,
cute.
there you go. The one on the IMDb on the left.
Boobs. There you go. Yeah, Amy Acker's really cute. She's pretty good. Pretty.
Oh,
That's
she's
not
so
her,
pretty
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there
can
you
see
go.
it. I can
That
see it.
kind
I
of
can see
photo.
it. Yep. Striking features.
But that was 2011. We're 13 years on now.
Okay, so what is it now? Sydney
I
Sweeney
don't-
or Jenna Ortega?
No, not Sydney Sweeney. That Sydney Sweeney's best assets are like below the neck. And I think if you're gonna have like if you're gonna have a crush, for me it goes on face. Like anyone can just
Aw.
not be fat.
Yeah.
Not being fat isn't a bonus. It's like a baseline. So it's mostly about the faces if you want to pick a crush.
Well, that's nice. Okay. I don't know. That's sweet. I mean, this was not like, oh, it's all about the boobs. He's like, as long as her face is cute. Like, that's, I mean, when you look at it that way.
It's easy to get boobs. You can even have them installed.
That's true.
It's
a little
though.
expensive, but that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you can get them done on the NHS over here. So
Really? Like they'll
Yeah,
pay for it.
they will give you plastic surgery and stuff on the NHS if you say it's like part of a self-esteem issue. So like if it would improve your mental health, you can get fake boobs.
Really?
Mhm.
God dang.
I'm surprised yours isn't the same, to be honest.
Yeah. No, because I don't think the government's gonna sign off on that.
Well, over here it'd be like, yeah, I'm depressed because I feel really ugly, but
Yeah, you
I
know
need
what
to
they'll
really
do?
sure.
They'll
It'll
just
make me not
offer you
depressed.
maid instead at this rate.
that's true. Yeah, never ask for a
Cheaper.
stair lift over here. Where is it? You just walk into the doctors and you keep doing that for a bit, and you get them for free.
I'm gonna become British for free boobs. Yes. I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
Hey, that should be our immigration policy.
Yeah. Women can come here as long as they get breast.
Well, it'd just be like only women, but you get free boobs. Like,
Not a house. Not like
No,
food or
obviously, no.
anything. It's just tits.
yeah, you literally just, and you could do like a hot or not admission system. So it's literally just like
Summon
pass, fail,
Mike.
pass, fail, pass, fail. See, it's
Yeah.
like I summoned him.
You did. Oh.
Either that
Mark-
or he was interested in getting him on the NHS. I'm not sure.
Who knows? Mark, thank you for the 10. This dippy sophomoric definition of balance is going to send me over the edge. No, equal amounts of good and bad are not balance.
Yes, yes. But that's what people think it is. It's like if you're in the center, which would be the definition of this. It's like, well, you've got to be half evil. You've got to be evil half the. You're gonna wipe out about half the village. It's like, no, that's not how it works. And I've just actually thought it is interesting that I don't have immediately a new celebrity crush, and I think it's literally because in TV shows and stuff, they just don't really put attractive women in anymore. Like Sydney Sweeney is only there because she was one of the few people that went out and started dressing attractively. But if you think about all the other stuff, it's gone the same way as gaming. They get attractive women, then they dress them really dumpy in movies. And so you don't really see them and think, you're stunning. Whereas previously, with people like Kate Beckinsale and Sarah Shahi, they showed you. That was the point of the movie, to show you, this woman is stunning, come and see our movie. And you just don't get that anymore.
Well, it's great advertising. You might as well use the assets that you have currently. And I'm meaning for both male and female, like that's a big reason why Bond movies were so great. Of course, the majority were men that went to see it. But if you had a sexy Bond, women are more likely to go watch it as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the thing. Male stories work for everybody. Female stories work for some women. And so you massively shrink your audience. There are some which seem to be broader, like Bridgerton appeals to the majority of women. But you'll see things like The Acolyte appeals to barely anybody.
It's not gonna last. Like, you watch one episode and you are not interested in it, especially on a female perspective. Action, lukewarm, story bad, not enough romance. If I'm trying to look at it at a very female lens, like I'd rather watch a billion other
That's what
TV
it was made
shows.
for. So that is probably what it should be judged by, through a very female lens. But it's like Bridgerton. Not seen it, but I'm assuming from like the clips that I saw on Doctor Who and stuff, it's essentially, it's set in the past, so you have different fashion. Then it's all big flowy dresses and stuff. Then
And
you have the
handsome
drama.
men and
Well, yeah, the
handsome
drama-
He's
women.
handsome.
The drama of interpersonal relationships, lots of romance and getting together and who's got with who and who's cheating on who, because it was very aristocratic, social kind of stuff. And you've got it in a setting which America never had. And so it's an entirely different culture that they're witnessing. That's
You
also
fantasize
dramatic.
it.
It's like
Imagine being
America's
there.
obsession with the royal family.
Mm.
They're obsessed with it, like the wedding, Princess Di, and all that. Like, I mean, it is
Because it's
interesting, but,
reality
like,
television
Yeah.
in literal real life. And these people are supposed to be the end all be all. Everyone wants to be them. And at least in this show, you got like layers of story, which is great. And then you have the primary every year. The people are trying to court each other and get married between the families and make sure it's good between the families and good between even the couples if they want to make that a thing. And not all the time does that happen, but it's very interesting. Plus they have very good looking human beings, like very
I don't
gifted.
think ugly people should be in Hollywood. I legitimately think they should be banned.
Unless they're playing an ugly character.
Yeah, like
That's
even
like-
this girl.
Well, then I would prefer you got an attractive person and put them in prosthetics,
That's
because
what they
then they'll
used
look
to-
better in the interviews.
I mean, think about like, okay, so Elton John, we'll use him as an example. Not like a very attractive guy, but he had Taron Egerton play him. He picked him, and Taron Egerton's a very good looking guy. Now they had to change him a little bit to look more like Elton, but he still was more, appealing to look at than Elton John. You know what I mean? And that's how it used to be. Hollywood was supposed to, it was like a joke. People used to say like how, like when they take a celebrity like that or something, like a true story, and they take like a really hot actress or actor to play this like fat, dumpy real life person, but they make them it's a Hollywood thing. It's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be glamorized.
There was a soap opera over here called Hollyoaks, and I'm not joking, in their interview thing for the casting call, they literally just got rid of you if you're ugly. It was renowned as the teenage soap opera for attractive people.
you guys
And so
remember-
somebody that went there literally said, when they got there, they just went, that room, that room, that room, that room, that room, that room, that room. And it was basically just hot or not. They separated them into rooms and just fired all the
Smash
ugly
or
people.
pass.
Yeah, there was actually one character who was known as the fat ginger one, because she was the ugly character. There's like, see, we're not actually biased, where everyone else was hot.
You guys
Oh,
remember
wow.
the show Next? I think it was on MTV.
No.
It was like it was dating. There'd be a guy or a girl, and then someone would walk off the next bus. And like, if you didn't like what you seen, you could just say next immediately. Like if like an ugly girl, like an ugly fat girl walked out, the guy would be like next. And then she's like,
Oh, because there's
Wow.
a YouTube show. I forgot what it was. It was like a speed
I think
dating
that's
show. And they literally, you press the button in the middle when you want to end the date, and another person will come in and you talk to them.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Let me
the best ones
see.
are where the guy knows that he's gonna get rejected, and so he presses it first.
I want to play
Yeah.
like a clip of it, but I don't know if we'll get like
Probably
a
get hit.
strike. Yeah, I'll pull
Don't
up an
don't.
image.
It's okay. You explained it pretty well. But
I'll
yeah,
just open-
Acolyte.
This was the.
A bunch of
I'm just gonna show a
farts.
picture. This
Well,
was.
that's
oh,
why
where'd it
I
go?
think their only chance for season 2 is what they're going with. It is the manager Quinto. He's hot. People want to see him. Aim it at, like, he ticks a load of boxes. He's got all the diversity boxes. He's the only thing the fans like. And essentially,
Look
if
at
they
how early
aim it at the
2000s
right, if they aim it at the right Disney executives, they will feel the same way, and they'll just be like, well, obviously everyone wants this.
Yeah, and I don't want to watch Star Wars for romance. I thought like the biggest romance
Well-
that we saw was the prequels, right?
Well, yeah, but there was also Han and Leia, but like there was.
But that-
the
it
Which
was-
is like,
it was-
well, Richard Madden might be in season 2.
I think
But
Richard
I was
Madden's season
thinking,
two,
like,
you know.
even the original, like it wasn't as
It's gonna be Yoda.
like intense as the prequels were. What was it? Hi, Kara.
Hi, Kara.
At least in my opinion,
Not like
maybe
that.
as a kid.
So,
Not like
so,
throwing her away.
They went no yellow.
Yellow.
Um,
Yellow.
So like the Han and Leia, it was like a part of it, but it wasn't the whole story. It was just like a nice little part of it, like the story, you know. And then I
Whereas,
think that
like,
you're right. The prequels
Anakin and
definitely
Padme,
that
it was
a
more
lot
intense.
more because they also made Luke and Leia like it was a big thing, you know. That's Vader and so yeah,
It
it
was
was
freak
built
him.
up. Yeah,
The interesting thing about the GQ article is that he goes, Star Wars was missing like sensuality from its people, and then it goes,
And this
oh,
was-
you've got Han Solo, you've got Kylo, you've got
And
this other bloke,
Anakin.
and it's like, hang on, yeah, they say you've got Anakin, and it's like, at no point did he mention Slave Leia. Like, it didn't even cross his mind.
Oh my
is
God.
personally, he took that personally, and it was an
Well, no,
attack.
I thought its main thing was it showed what he was interested in. He didn't even consider the most attractive like woman scene in all of
Which
Star
is
Wars.
funny
Never crossed
because
his mind.
as a woman and men, I wasn't even thinking Slave Leia either. I was just
You have a lot
thinking
in
the
common with the fans of the Acolyte.
Well, she's the audience.
Well, the fans
so.
of Manu Jacinto, anyway.
Raider,
Wow.
thank you for the 6733.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
queen.
Yes.
It
That
is
is
a-
insane.
It is a case of if you probably want to look at
Thanks,
whatever
Raider.
was the most cosplayed thing in Star Wars, it probably wouldn't be Vader or something. It would probably be Slave Leia
I could
Yeah,
agree
in
with
households
that.
across
I-
the country.
I did it for a Halloween party before, so even someone on
I
this
would
panel
like
has
to do,
done it, so.
Yeah,
especially
you're
the
gonna have to be Darth
cinnamon
Vader
buns.
next year to balance it out.
Well, she doesn't have the buns for Slave Leia. She has the braid.
Oh shoot, never mind. Obviously, I'm a very big fan.
I'm sorry.
I'm
but
sorry,
listen,
you just don't
and-
have the
listen-
buns.
But listen, in Friends, I was picky about that when Ross had he had Rachel dress up for him. She did the Slave Leia thing, but she had the space buns, and I'm like, that's incorrect, sir.
Mhm.
But you know,
I
whatever.
could
To
do
be
a
fair,
braid.
he never looked at her face.
Yeah, and sorry, chat, there will be no pics. Justin Martins, thank you for the 10. I truly can't wait till humor comes back to entertainment and we start getting Mel Brooks style parodies of Disney shows. That would be nice. I've seen Young Frankenstein at the play. It wasn't Broadway, it was the Buffalo version, smaller, but it was really, really well done. It was so funny. I loved it.
The
I agree with
question
that,
is,
Justin.
how can you have humor without offending people? If you're in an instance where no one at Disney can go, okay, we made a mistake here. This was a problem. We shouldn't have done this without getting fired. You certainly couldn't have a show that did a parody of it because they're going to have to attack Disney. And so they'd need an industry which could basically take a joke. No one's going to make a parody movie if it would destroy their entire career.
I miss a good parody movie. Scary Movie was like
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
such a
remember the
great
first one.
I think
series.
so. The first one was good.
What was it? Loaded
It was-
Weapon as well.
but
That
the
was good.
I like the second one even more. The second Scary Movie. The first one was great, but I don't know. The second one was more funny, like when they do the Exorcist thing, and
Oh my god, the Exorcist was really funny. But my favorite scene out of like all the ones was when the Scream Mask goes, "What's up? What's up?" with that high dude. I forgot his name. And then literally changes the mask each time they pan to his face.
so Dead by Daylight as that mask. I have that mask on Ghostface. On Dead by Daylight. 'Cause
What's up?
so like everyone stops and stares at me when I'm like playing as a killer, chasing them around. He's just like with the tongue out. So funny. What's up? And then for 10 years, every guy just did that. I think my dad still does
Yeah,
it.
it was
like,
a
"What's up?"
Budweiser advert. I had to Google which beer it was, but it was Budweiser.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh yeah, let me use my strong hand.
Oh my god, they did one with grandmas.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Officer Doofy reporting for what? What was it?
For the doofy, reporting for duty.
Reporting for
I think-
duty.
Budweiser grandmas.
Oh no, let's see. Hopefully, I don't think we'll get like in trouble for this, but whatever.
Well,
I'll
I mean,
just
it's a
clip it out and pass it.
15-year-old advert.
I
It'd
know.
be weird. I'm not sure
It'd be
YouTube was
weird.
around back at that time.
They weren't, so let's see.
Cayman Islands. All this can be yours if you make the right choice.
I just love that a grandma is sitting there. That's gonna be not with a Budweiser, but that's gonna be
Yeah, with a Budweiser,
just a
the
beer.
classic drink of the grand.
yeah.
Hello?
All right,
Hey, what you doing, B?
For your next question.
It's me and Xray.
Nothing. Watching a game show, having good. What's up with you?
Nothing. I'm watching a game show and I'm having a bud.
True, true.
What's up?
Yo, pick up the phone.
Hello? What's that? What's up?
What's up?
Where's Dorothy?
It's definitely you and Xray.
Yeah.
This is Blab.
Yeah, that one's Xray gardening.
What's up?
So what's going on, B?
Nothing. Watching a game show, having a bud.
True.
True. Oh my god, that's amazing. Hey, I
90s
think that would be a fun
commercials.
one for us to do as a reel.
We should.
Maybe.
Kara, you want to? Are you
Depends
still
on
here? You
cringe.
want to do it with us?
What's up? Oh my god.
Malty, thank you for the 10. Glad you made it back. 3 amazing women on one stream. I said Drew's gonna go.
Who's the most amazing?
He needs clarification.
You're gonna need to choose.
Oh my god, who
Don't
has the
let me
most
choose.
DEI points?
I'm out.
And an Asian. Sorry, Wicked, you automatically lose.
I think you because Disparu's a white man. Like he
No,
lost
but
twice.
he's a lesbian actually. So
Oh, that's
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. I'm more repressed.
than an Asian, probably because I'm white adjacent.
Yeah, you're the model minority, which is only a term I've just learned from Manager Kinto.
Model minority? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I had to ask Project Eggroll about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we use that over here." I'd never heard of it
I've
before.
never heard of that either. But it makes sense. That's why a lot of things. I remember one of the things that frustrated me the most was like math scores for, I forgot which grade, but there was a graph of like white and black kids. And I'm like, where are the Asians? It's actually above the graph where you
Mhm.
cannot see. So
Well, this was
model
the-
minority.
He was talking about it in regards to the effort that he put into the show. So he took his training very seriously, the acting very seriously. He did research for the role. And said, how very model minority of me. And it seemed, because I'd never heard the term before, it seemed like he was basically going, I put a lot of effort into my job rather than just coasting.
But that's what
and
you
he-
should do.
Yes, but he felt bad for that. He felt like that was a stereotype. And he doesn't realize that he's the right person and everybody else is beneath him and they should be humiliated for it. Instead, he felt bad because he hadn't lowered
Because
himself
he's not
to
the
their level.
majority. He's the minority, literally, in that aspect.
Well, no, because everyone else in the Acolyte's a minority as well, right? So
No. But I mean, he's in the minority of being very active in his role. Like when I
yes, he's
think
better
of
than them. He
when
should
I
be proud
think
of
of
that.
anytime I have to work on a project, and especially at one at that level, and I mean, I don't know how much they're paid regularly, but especially if I'm like, like Tom Cruise level, or even like half of that, even 10% of that, I'm gonna be well researched. I'm gonna watch anything with the show. If I can, I would totally read the comics, do the research so that you understand. You don't have to understand 100%, but get the idea of it so that you can portray the character to the best of your ability because you researched it that much. But nowadays you see shows saying like, don't even look at that. Don't bother. Don't read the source material. We want it the way we want it. And if you
But-
do that, you're not going to be the person we want.
This didn't even seem to be that. This was like the amount of effort he decided to put in that he could. Like, it never came across that he was told not to do anything. He just, it felt like he felt bad because he'd put more work in than other people. And I do think it comes down to like if the difference between believing in hierarchy and equality. Like, because if everybody's equal and you're now better than them, you're the problem because you're supposed to be equal to all these people. But they're not trying. They shouldn't be in the job in the first place. They don't deserve the job because they're not willing to be on your level. And I think that's the issue. There's two views of whether he feels like he should lower himself to them, when really they should have just all been fired and everybody should have been on his level. You would have had a much better show. The thing is, he put in the most work, and he's the best thing about it. It's not like it's a puzzle. It just turns out that actually we have proof why he was good. He tried.
I'm thinking Soul probably tried too. His character.
Oh no,
was just
Saul was
written-
good, but he was let down by bad writing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I think that if you are to take an action role, you should do the Marvel workout routine, especially if there's fight scenes. I'm sorry. That's just
I disagree because I don't think people should have to. There's a very weird, and this was said for ages about women, about body dysmorphia. It's like actually no, you just don't eat a normal amount and you just end up in the body shape for a
Don't
woman.
eat.
You end
Just
up with the
breathe
hourglass
through
thing.
your-
No, all you have to do is eat like a human being and you end up with a human shape.
I meant that
Whereas-
they need to do workout.
Yes, but the
that
Marvel
gets them
workout
more
includes
athletic.
it includes all of the chemicals and stuff. It's all fake. Men don't look like that.
Mm.
Men that work out look
Really?
like Manny Jacinto.
Oh.
I was thinking about Amanda.
Yeah,
She
if you
didn't
want
know how to fight.
if you want to ask someone who knows about this, just go to talk to Camelot. Like he'll be the first one to admit it. The only way you get bulky like that is if you take something. Men that don't dope and just work out are slim but toned. And this has always been the difference. All the stuff about body dysmorphia for women was basically all you have to do is eat like a human being and you have a human being shape. But men are supposed to go and take a load of stuff to try and aim at something which is literally physically impossible.
You're talking about
without-
steroids, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think there's whole cocktails and stuff now.
There's
But
a bunch of different
when
ones.
you talk
but
about the Disney,
along the
when you talk
lines.
about the Marvel workout, that's what you mean.
No, I meant for
every
Amanda.
single-
She
every
should have
single-
done that.
Every single superhero in Marvel who's bulky has taken something. You don't look like that. No, it's physically impossible.
Yeah, I wanted Amanda to be better at fighting because you could really see the difference when she had the fight with Soul in whatever that marketplace. Like his skill above hers, like she was just so slow. It wasn't as bad as Ahsoka level, but it was still pretty bad.
The worst part of the entire episode for me is when you switched from Sol fighting Manny and you suddenly go to Osha v May in the hand to hand. The quality difference between the speed, like the other two are going at it like they've practiced a dance, right? Whereas the other two are like punch, next move, okay, next move, okay, next, okay, next.
It
And
felt
they're just
too
waiting.
coordinated.
Well, yeah, they're like waiting. And it's like, you're supposed to be trying to hit the person. You're not supposed to be waiting for them to get into the position. And I think it just showed that, and it's the same in all of these shows, the best fights between the men. And this is why actually, I know it was a meme and stuff before, when there was like, I can't remember what the name was, but in Marvel, there was that woman who was in a suit and she could like mimic other people's abilities, and it was a bloke in the suit, and then they basically CGI'd her head on them. I'm actually all for that now. I'm like, no, I would rather have good fights and just have a man do the stuff, do the stunt work, and just have
How
a wig
Greek
on.
of you.
It's just better. I don't think women should be fighting in this stuff. It just doesn't look good. And when you compare them to it, you saw it in Ahsoka. The best.
Oh my god, she was so bad. But
Yeah,
like,
the kid
watch
was
it.
better, but compared to Hayden, you could just tell he would annihilate her.
absolutely. They should get like who was Everything Everywhere All at Once? That actress.
Oh yeah, I mean she is trained in martial arts and stuff.
But that's what I'm
so-
saying. Those types of women should be in those roles who have that training. I am sure you can find like someone who is not very famous that could take that role that had that training. They just did an
Well,
audition for that.
The thing is, if you go and look at that May vs. Osha fight and pause it's not Mandla Stenberg. It's two entirely different looking people. They
No,
don't even look anything like her. So they got stunt people and fighters to do that scene. It still looked awful.
Which one is Michelle Yao?
Yeah, Michelle
the
Yeoh. She's the
Everything
one
Everywhere
from
All at Once.
yeah. She and every other movie ever made. Like she is one of the most prolific actresses ever. I think you see her in everything.
I mean, she's 60 and she is still like peak physical.
Yeah, I mean, she's Asian. It's cheating. Like we are not on a level playing field.
Just for a second. She's like,
Yeah,
Sorry, Froze.
she'd been freezing for
Oh,
what? Yeah,
she did.
you've now gone 240p.
oh no, the Acolyte got her.
Dang it, that Canadian maid is
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Canadian maid is something, but we'll never find out what it was.
Oh, we got the Canadian maid. Damn you.
I'll get you, maid.
That darn maid. Can you read this one, Disparu, since this is your best friend on the stream?
You mean Lance Thrustcock? Don't give the show too much thought. The writers didn't, so why should you? Well, we do have like
Thank you.
the thirst articles to go yet, which are less about the show and more about his abs.
We
They're
didn't
better written
really
than the
see his
show, actually.
abs, did we?
This guy did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that
Yeah.
GQ author. Whew. He had to rehydrate after writing that one.
That's why he gave such a praise to him.
Like, literally, I think he wrote that article with his tongue on the floor.
Oh.
Gatekeeper for 10. Thank you. Hail Disparu. Hey, extra girl. Shout out Psychotic Mongoose. Here's a few bucks, Wicked. Oh, and big shout out to my favorite YouTuber. You guys know who that is. Wishing you continued success and good health. Thank you so much. Oh, hold on. Something popped up on my screen. Sorry.
I was wondering what was happening. Like,
Sorry,
extra
something
girl
popped
went
up
off
and,
camera
like-
at the same time. I was like,
Yeah,
and then is that related?
something like popped up and blocked the thing. Okay, anyway, sorry. Thank you so much, Gatekeeper. Jason Webster for Australian 5. Well, when Pigs in Space is better than Star Wars, it's time for Disney to quit. Didn't see that one.
The thing is with Disney, it's actually, they probably thought they got a bargain with Star Wars, but the amount of money they have burned trying to make anything popular with that show. I wonder how much the money the Star Wars has cost them in total, including all the losses from shows and stuff.
I know. I wonder. I think the same thing because it's like they got to be hemorrhaging money, but I don't know. I don't know how it works. Grabthar's Hammer, member for 1 month. Thank you so much. Hear me out. Night King is spiky-headed scissor mom's dad from Acolyte. It's all connected.
Well, it's true. I mean, Osha and May did come out of like some kind of interstellar phenomenon. It was essentially two black holes smashed together, and the gravitational force created them.
I don't know. I don't watch, but now I know. Thank you. I feel much smarter for knowing that now.
There's layers to that one.
Yeah, it's deeper than we think.
Well, it is a Mandela Stenberg.
Mark, thank you for the 5. Celebrity crush when I was young, Jennifer Connelly, and then I moved to Sarah. How do you pronounce her name? Sarah
Shahi. He's Mr. Second
Shahi.
Age.
Oh, okay. Like
I think
Disparu,
it's
then
Shahi.
Katarina Law.
It was Katarina Law.
I don't know. I gotta look that up here. I'm interested.
I feel like I've seen her, but I don't know where from.
Oh, my thing's all zoomed in. Oh, she was on. Or
She was
Katrina.
in Arrow. That's probably where I know her from.
Yeah, Arrow.
20
and
episodes of
yeah,
Arrow.
Yeah. Okay, I said Katarina. It's Katrina. Oh, you wrote Katarina. That's why. Okay.
Oh, she was Nissa Al Ghul. Okay, no, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
He's like, yup.
I couldn't remember who she was. I was like, I recognized the face, but couldn't put it. And then when she was like Nissa Al Ghul, yeah, I really liked the Al Ghul kind of storylines in Arrow. Actually, I didn't because
Yeah,
again,
me
I don't know
too.
the comics, so I didn't know anything about the character. I'm like, no, this is just a cool dude.
Arrow
And I like the whole
was-
Legion of Assassins kind of story.
Yeah, I liked Arrow until it got too like, oh, or am I gonna get with
Felicity, you're amazing.
Felicity? Like, no, you end up
Oh,
with
when
Black
it went
Canary.
weird like
Shut
that.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want us to see the pic, Hoki? Hold on.
And when you're bringing your children back from the future, just drop it.
Yeah.
Don't time jump to an entirely different group of people to try and get a spin-off series.
Here, I'll do images. Hold on. This is.
I mean,
her.
wasn't one of them from I can't remember what it was. Like angels fighting people.
Who is this? Oh.
Katarina Law.
Yeah,
I-
market reality,
I
celebrity
think
crush.
she looked better in sort of Nissa Al Ghul.
Yeah, like right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is the stupid thing, right? You could get away with like female assassins and stuff, but they had to be in the sexy outfits. That was the whole point.
Because you're using all your assets in order to perform those activities. And sometimes it's through trickery and deceiving. And that's fine.
Yeah.
I would if I could.
I also think there's something about, like, we intrinsically know that more attractive people have better genes. And so I think you're more forgiving, as you're like, they probably are just fitter. They probably are more skilled. They have that halo effect that beauty provides people that you just don't get when you make someone frumpy. And then you start analyzing, like, the actual fight rather than thinking, she's just really hot. And then it falls apart.
You can
Yeah.
also understand the movement wise as well. And if someone were to fall for her character, it would make more sense. And like we see that in every athleticism possible. Besides sumo wrestling, maybe. I don't know.
Oh no, I do.
so
There was another crush. Hang on, I just remember. I need to remember what the name was. It's from the Outpost.
Jason, thank you for the Australian too. Ornella Muti, a celebrity crush of mine. I don't know who that is.
Me neither. Is that an Australian person though?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Vimaran, thank you for another Swiss 10. There'll be no parodies coming from Hollywood. Xray said what I was just thinking. Any of the scary movies, superhero movies would be deemed way too offensive. Maybe something from Asian side. Yeah, they would. People get offended way too easily these days. That's 100% true.
But it's already like infecting like different Asian-esque brands. Like look at the gaming industry and the way that Assassin's Creed is going. You're like, okay, I mean, I know there have been Black people in Asia, but like if you're going to talk about, you know, someone of that style, how much of a chance would it be a Black person in Japan? Just saying.
Like, I mean, it was all fake. That stuff. Literally, the strangest fact, which is like, I don't even know why it needs to be argued, is that Japan was full of Japanese people. And I don't know why all of the modern worlds since the advent of the plane is supposed to rewrite history to pretend that the world wasn't like really homogenous. But if like Japan is as it is now, what did you think it was like in the past?
So in the next movie set in somewhere in Africa, I would like there to be an Asian and a white person with these rules. I'm just saying.
in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
this is looking up something. You can hear the.
I was zooming in. It's a really low quality photograph.
Oh, Movie Bob, small meal for $4.99. Thank you. Middle-aged women are waiting for the Acolyte XXX parody, so they no longer have to fantasize about Manny's throbbing lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean,
It'd be more entertaining than this Acolyte, to be fair. But I don't think I'd still watch it.
Old Renaissance boomer for $5. You know what's really sad? Extra Girl is more expressive in 5 minutes than Amandla was in the whole series, and that's including season 2.
Thank you.
It's true.
I was trying so hard.
Clearly. Grab America by the Pooh C for $5. If only they had access to a woman who actually knew how to fight and could make it look believable, like a professional fighter of some kind. I know, right? If only.
Absolutely.
Mark of Reality, thank you for another 5. Isn't Daphne Keene Padawan Pomeranian trained in martial arts? She was X-23 too. Oh, that's who that is. Okay, I remember her from the Logan movie.
I need to rewatch that. I don't remember.
The Singing Tigs for 2. One crush, Chloe Bennett, 2012. Crush equals pretty face. Yeah, Chloe Bennett was pretty. She was in The Shield. I don't know what else she was in, but I remember her in The Shield. Xray, you want to read this one?
Sure. Hirukami for 10 British pounds says, the only thing I can see to make money for Disney is to release the OT at cinemas. And I like that idea because I never actually had the chance to watch it in theaters. So I think it would be kind of fun if they did like a weekly series, you know, okay, start with this, and just keep going with the next movie and the next movie up till, of course, the sequels.
Their issue is they don't want you to remind you of the old movies because then you will compare them to the new stuff, and the new stuff isn't as good.
Is awful.
Like,
yeah,
they are. It's not this new stuff is bad. It is new stuff is literally transitioning over from masculine morality to female morality, and so they can't remind you of that because that's what heroes are made out of. So if they want to continue down that path, they have to completely and utterly burn everything from the past, unless, and it may happen if they want to make money, they start going back to it. And if they start switching back to the traditional morality, and that's when you'll see everything come back to the cinema and they'll start be like, look what we are now again. But it would require new people in Hollywood.
But I would love that though. Market Reality, thank you for another 5. Katrina Law was in Spartacus, Arrow, and some cop show I didn't watch.
Spartacus was great.
I don't think I watched that.
I don't think I saw that one either.
well worth watching. I did stop after because the main character he got cancer midway through, and so he couldn't do the role anymore, and they had to replace him. I kind of stopped watching with that. My dad said though that his replacement was great. I find it difficult to, in my head, replace a guy with a new actor.
Lucifer the Doberman for 2 Canadian. Let's all praise Claudia Black. Sexy nerds for the win.
Claudia Black was good, yeah.
This is who she is, if anyone's wondering. I had to look her up. I
Yeah,
remember
she's from
the
Stargate
original.
and Farscape.
Oh my god,
She's in the
that
original.
outfit on that right. Holy crap.
This
Yeah,
one?
well, this used to be what was in TV shows and entertainment. Women would regularly look this good.
Oh, look at this one. Okay.
Yeah, that's a Farscape one. It's like a standard outfit. If you look up the people in Farscape, they did not wear a lot of clothes.
They did not like clothes over there.
No, well, one of the women actually had to stop being an actress in it because she was an alien, but so she was blue, but she was also not wearing any clothes. So they had to cover her in blue makeup all the way over her body because she was barely covered up. And it actually poisoned her, being in this makeup all the time. So she had to step down. And she said, I'll never go back because it like ravaged my body. Like over time, they covered her up so they didn't have to put too much on, but it was just too toxic.
Was it before or after they did Mystique, X-Men? I forgot the first movie. Because she was in full blue.
I imagine Mystique was after. Like
The first movie was Rebecca Romaine, right? And then, right? You're talking about the first X-Men. Yeah, it was Rebecca Romaine was in that one.
So Farscape was 1999.
Yeah, I don't remember. The first X-Men must have been in the early 2000s.
So they came out similar.
Oh.
The thing is, though, this is Jessica Green from The Outpost. She would have been the one after Sarah Shahi.
Oh.
And that was her outfit in the...
Is she a ranger of some sort?
She was like an elf. She could fight with like a bow and swords and stuff.
Okay, so not far off.
But it's kind of just like stereotypical kind of medieval D&D hero kind of clothes. Which is probably the best look. This is one of those looks where it's like, we should just dress like this today. Like, if the women dress like this and the men brought back cloaks, I think it'd be amazing. We need to bring back cloaks.
Disparu, you start, please.
And there's a headshot of her as well. Like, if you thought she looked good in that photograph, I think she used to be some kind of model, and then they just put her in The Outpost because she was hot. They didn't have much budget, so their way of getting people to watch the low-budget show was, let's just make the main character really hot.
She looks like Caitlin Bristow with a bit more meat to her.
Make cloaks great again, yeah. Everyone should have a cloak.
Mika.
So we can have like people in like bosomy leather clothes, and the men just walk around in like cloaks, dressed as Aragorn. It'll be amazing.
I think you just look sexier. Everyone would. Like, why not? Let's do it.
Well, there's a thing actually. When people start dressing up in older clothes, they just look better.
To
stop
answer
people in the
Mark's
street.
question here, this is Octavia from the 100. Yeah, she's pretty. Marie.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I can't say.
Avragopoulos.
The 100 had a couple of people.
Sounds like a Greek continent, Avragopoulos.
So she is Greek. That is definitely
Oh.
a Greek name.
Well, okay, yeah.
But no,
Makes
she's
sense.
very pretty.
She's very pretty. Yeah.
I mean, the
I watched
100 was at that
First
time
season,
where
I think.
all the people in the TV shows were still hot.
Yeah,
and
and
then
this is CW, right?
for a long time.
So
Like, you had Eliza
is
Taylor.
It? I would believe it is, to be
I
honest.
think it was CW.
That's how you do like a fantasy science fiction-y with relationships. It had a good amount of the two of them without being far one or far the other.
Daystars
yeah.
Gaming for £2. Celebrity crush Odette Annabelle from Banshee. I don't know who that is. I never heard of it. Are you looking it up? We're all looking it up.
I've never even heard of Banshee.
Neither of these have I heard about. Oh, yeah, she's pretty. Here,
Oh yeah, please share.
I got it.
I'm a little
I can
bit
share
slower.
now. I can share now. Woo. Yeah, she's pretty. Banshee
Oh, she was in
though. Oh, she was in
Supergirl. I do
Supergirl.
remember her in Supergirl.
Really? Who is she
Yeah.
playing?
I think this is her best photograph.
Which one?
Hang on, I'm sharing
Are
it.
you sharing it here?
That was
Yeah,
from
that's pretty.
Supergirl, or that's what they're announced with. When she was starred as a Supergirl, she was it? Did it say Rain or something?
Oh, she was in Cloverfield.
Yeah, she
I
was cast
love
as
that
Rain in
movie.
Supergirl.
Oh.
I went to the spot when I went to New York City, in Central Park, like under that bridge where they are sitting in the one scene. I like Cloverfield. Anyways, it's like Xray with the I like green cheese.
I like green cheese.
We had way too much fun, but it was
It
worth it.
honestly, like, I feel like it wasn't enough fun at this
I know
point.
we needed a whole nother month.
I know. I think if we
need to
had
drive
like,
back across the country in a car.
I
Only
will
crashed
say, if we had more downtime in between all of the stuff that we did, it probably would have been like mentally sleep-wise better for me because I was when I got
I was
home,
sleep deprived. Yeah.
holy crap.
Like I looked, everyone like was commenting like on the picture, like the con lighting was not good to me. And Nickel City Con.
Same.
But like there was a picture and I thought it was cute, but like my eyes did look tired. I didn't look like that in person. People were like, she's hungover. I'm like, no, I had like one Truly the night before. I wasn't hungover.
I would have
we
looked
haven't been
better if I was
sleeping.
pissed.
I probably, yeah. I was just exhausted. And even I stayed and I wasn't sleeping that well at my mom's, like just not comfortable. The first night I stopped in Orlando, which is normally what I do. I fly to Orlando and then drive a few hours to South Florida where I live. Just to, like take a break. And I got to that hotel and I slept so good. And the next day I had to get up at like 4 to take a train home. And I slept so good that night. Like I feel so much. I'm still a little tired, but like sleep wise, I've been getting sleep and it feels so much better. But yeah, I was gone for almost the same amount of time that Xray was gone because she was gone for about 5 weeks. She met me like 3 or 4 weeks into her trip, and we were together for a week. And then I was still gone for about 2 weeks after, so I was gone for a month. Oof. Oops, knocked something over. Anyway, let's get some of these super chats while Xray Girl takes her break, and then we'll hop on to something else here.
Manager
Old
Kinto.
Yeah.
We'll hop on Manager
Yeah.
Kinto, like half the staff.
Dun, dun. Oh no, this is more appropriate.
Damn.
Did it play?
Damn, yeah.
It did? Okay. My internet
saw
must
it.
be messing up too. Okay. Old Renaissance Boomer for 5. Thank you. You must watch Secondhand Lions. I've heard of that. Also, my celebrity crush is in it too. Emmanuel Viger. You could do a few cosplays from her roles, Wicked. I gotta look her up. Emmanuel LA. I probably said that wrong. I said
Oh, I
Emmanuel.
have seen her in some stuff. I'm not sure. Supernatural, apparently she was in.
Okay, well that's probably be where I would know her from then.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I know who she is.
I've seen
She's
her in a
been
few things, but I don't know
things.
what I've seen her in. It's weird. It's like I recognize you.
I know, like she's that one of those actresses that I think have been on quite a few things. Oh, that's a saucy
Oh,
picture.
that was a
Oh.
very saucy picture.
Oh, Smallville. Smallville.
careful
Wait, did
next
she play
time.
Lois? Did she play Lois Lane on Smallville? I think she
Did she?
did. She might have. I don't remember the last couple seasons of Smallville. I mostly watched like the high school years with Lana Lang. I could probably do a rewatch of that. She was Lois though, right? I think last time
I mean, she's a cute version of Lois.
yeah. Right? Check.
Oh,
let
she
us
was
know.
in Lost Girl. That's probably where I know her from.
Lois was blonde in Smallville? Was she? Oh.
Can you imagine making
Fun.
a series? Have you ever seen Lost Girl? I don't think that series could even be made now. It was about a succubus who, whenever she got injured, had to bang somebody to heal.
What?
Yeah, and because she was a succubus, she was into anybody. Like
She wasn't. No, Lois wasn't blonde in Smallville. That was.
Yeah, like
forget her
she-
name.
She,
No.
she was with blokes in that series, and she
This
like
was
women
Lois
and
in
everything.
Smallville, right here.
Oh, so
Are you guys thinking of?
no discrimination.
Oh yeah, Lost Girl was a good show.
Oh, maybe she was blonde. Was she blonde? Sorry, was she blonde and brunette?
Oh,
Okay, I was
that's who
thinking
she
of-
wasn't. I didn't recognize her, but I remember her from that picture.
Never mind. So she was blonde. You're right. I was thinking of what's her face? Her. I thought you were confusing her with her.
No, that's
Allison
the one
Mack.
from Nexium.
Yeah. Okay, no, I thought that someone in the chat was confusing them, but okay, got it now. Dirty blonde. Okay, still blonde.
Yeah. So was the
I've
next.
never
She was a
seen.
very dirty blonde.
Yeah. Psychotic mongoose. And
Extra
he was
girl
in
has
2
no idea what
pounds.
that is.
I also like Lexa
It was a cult.
Doig. And yeah, it was and it was in upstate New York.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. Look it up.
The police found them. They branded people.
They branded people and starved women. Oh, it was crazy. Look into
She
it.
was
Actually,
second in command, and
Yeah.
did she get off because she flipped on the leader? I think she
Rainer
didn't
or
get
something was his
sentenced to
name.
much.
I actually know quite a bit about it because I looked into it. I was like, oh my god, what? She
Wait,
seemed
wasn't
like
there
the
a
gospel cool-
documentary
Uh-huh.
about it?
Yeah, there was a lot.
I haven't
There's
seen
been
it.
a lot
I've just seen
that's come out.
Az's videos. Like he
I need
did
to
this
watch
whole
these
dive into it.
documentaries.
Yeah, look it up. Duhigg is this person's name? Sorry. Okay, Alexa Duhigg in Andromeda. Disparu's
I
on the
watched
case.
Andromeda, but I'd have to see faces, not names.
Yeah, I'm the same
Oh,
way. Unless
yeah,
it's
again,
someone-
she's been in lots of stuff. I can never remember what they've been in until I look.
There.
She was Talia Al Ghul. We're getting out
Oh yeah.
all of the Al Ghul actors.
Yeah, really.
Ooh, oh, I remember Talia al Ghul. Okay, yeah, okay.
Not as good as the other Al Ghul though.
All from
Andrew
Ra's al Ghul.
Matthews.
She was in
Thank you.
Continuum as well. That will be where I remember her from. She was in 34 episodes of Continuum.
Andrew says this rewatch Banshee. Gary loves it. Loads of hot people and violence. The main guy went on to be Homelander.
What?
Oh, okay.
Ah.
I'd not seen Homelander in anything before The Boys, so I
Me
didn't know
neither.
he'd been in that kind of thing.
Interesting.
I'd be interested to see in what type of acting he could do besides like the extremist version of happy, mad, angry, kind of mixed into one.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does it so well. So we'll have to see. Who's Eliza Dushku? I don't even know who that is.
I have no idea either.
Elijah Dushku. Hold on, I'm away from the mic.
Eliza.
I'm grabbing her. Hold on.
Dushku.
I'm grabbing her. She's got her in the house.
Oh, she's
Oh,
gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
She's from Buffy. She was the other
Uh,
Slayer.
The other Slayer. Yeah. I
Like,
forgot her name. What's
Because
her
I
name?
saw that, I was like, Faith Elijah Dushku.
Yeah. There you go.
She
Enough
almost-
said.
I'm so mad. She almost had a spin-off show, but she went on to do a different show that didn't last. We would have gotten more from the Buffy first. I'll be right back. I gotta go put her back.
It's a really stupid thing to do, actually. When you've got a series that's already had like Buffy and Angel, that's going to be far more likely to succeed with a spin-off than some random new property that you're doing.
Yeah, I think it was True Calling or something. She did do Dollhouse, which
Oh, I
was
remember
a good
that.
show.
I
2
also watched
seasons.
Dollhouse as well. Yeah,
It was 2 seasons, but I think it was like True Calling or something like that. One that just
I
really
think I remember that.
did not do well. I mean, Dollhouse was.
I like Dollhouse in the second season, but it's because I think they rushed through the story, so it was a lot
Yeah.
faster. But I like
Yeah.
the idea of having lots of personalities in your head that you can flick between. That interested me more.
That was a really
And
good
it had-
show.
The like the psychotic villain who's kind of lost his mind because he had too many personalities. I like that guy as an actor.
Yeah, no, True
There was a
Calling was
few
Elijah
series like that.
Dushku. It's right here.
Like you had Alias,
was
that
the
was kind
reason
of
she
spy
didn't
thing.
do a
Then you
fake
had
show.
Nikita. Nikita was a great show back
Oh
in
my
the
god,
day.
I love Nikita.
Yeah, I used to like the hacker guy who came out with like drones and stuff. He was awesome. I remember that. I didn't know it failed. I just never interested me.
Yeah. I didn't watch this either. Maybe I will. Jason Priestley's in it too. I'd check it out, but Dollhouse was really I enjoyed that one. I do wish that we would have gotten some more, but it was kind of one of those, like you said, they did rush through the second season, but the story was already told.
They had to. Yeah, I think they knew they were only getting the second one, and so they just rushed through everything they had planned. But I think
Yeah.
it worked for the faster pace. The first series, I can understand why it got cancelled afterwards, because it was very slow and just personality of the week, whereas the second series had a plot.
So let's get to some of these other soups here.
Yep.
Vimarin for 10, what is it called?
Swiss.
Swiss francs. Disparu, which movies had women fighting versus men or women that looked good / believable? Since we mentioned Crush, one I do remember having was Lucy Liu. The movies or series she was in were not the best. I mean,
Well-
Kill Bill was great with her in it.
I love Kill Bill.
There's been, like I say, my name comes from Alias. I've just mentioned Nikita. And if I went back and looked at the fights, would I say they're unbelievable now? I don't know. There probably is an element of, and I think this is true for anything, if you're immersed in the show, you accept unbelievable things. So if you're
Like
watching
Star
Babylon...
Trek.
Yeah, if you're watching, the fight scene in Star Trek, it's not good. But the rest, you don't care because the rest of the show, you're not paying attention to it because you're too busy being immersed in the world. Babylon 5, terrible CGI, awful, but you just get immersed in the world, and so it just becomes believable. And if you play like Sydney Bristow as a spy, I don't mind if she beats people up because I was interested in the plot. Same with Nikita. The issue is now you've got a bad show. And so now you're paying attention to everything, all the details, you're not immersed, you're watching the fight rather than being invested in the emotion of you wanting the person to win. And so now the moves do matter. And I think this is just part of being a complete girl boss. I don't think it works. I think if you actually want to have women fighting men, it needs to be done by men. Whereas now, like women have taken over everything, and they just don't know how to fight. They never fought in their lives. You need to get back the experts. So if you're doing a SWAT thing, you need to get SWAT in to tell you about it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Or you need to get the
Agreed.
1% in to do that. Literally. That would be the only way for you to believe it, because if you want to do a female-led action role, there is a very small subset of people who are already in the industry. So if they don't fit the criteria, you're going to need to audition people and make sure that they have these skills. And I think that's a lot of the things that we're not seeing that Hollywood is lacking. They're just like, oh, you're this DEI, check, check, check. We'll have you. And then they don't look at your skills.
I do think that things like being attractive makes you have more leeway. I think it makes you more believable as an exceptional person because it's well known, the halo effect. They get less prison sentences. People trust them more. They're less likely to be thought of as liars and that kind of thing. We know there's like subconsciously all these psychological effects, and yet suddenly we're now supposed to believe that this person who looks like they've been inbred for 1,000 years can beat up some 6-foot Chad? No. You
makes
have
no
to make it
sense.
believable.
Like the best peak female-led TV show, I think, was Echo versus Acolyte. You got or not Acolyte, Ahsoka, two very non-strong women who are doing these roles, and you just can't believe it. And then on top of that, having bad stories just makes you see it even more.
Ironically, I think you might be able to get away with it more in Star Wars because lightsabers aren't weighty, right?
Yes.
So you could have more of sort of the dancer physique and just focus on speed and agility. And I think that works well in a fight between a man and a woman. So he's got the big, strong strength stance, but she's really agile and dodging around and missing him stuff. I think that kind of fight works. The issue is in Star Wars specifically, they're so slow. And Star Wars lightsaber fights look better when they're fast. So you might actually do better with more of like a dancer type, somebody who's great at learning moves very quickly.
Yep.
Than the people you get now. It feels like they cast them not looking at who's best for the role. They cast them on something else. Like nobody looked at Amanda and thought, you'd be great as a fighter.
No,
not at
she
all.
doesn't look athletic either.
No. But that's a good point. Hiring a dancer would be great because they're very,
Yeah, they pick up moves like that. They're amazing.
I mean, was
like
it?
they're very.
What was the actress for
Yeah.
Ahsoka again?
That
What's
was a
her
great
name?
impression. You should release your own diss track.
It's not Rosie O'Donnell. Oh my God, what's her name?
What?
What's the Ahsoka? What's the actress's name?
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. She is a stage actress, like she does musical theater, if I remember correctly, right? So she does have like some dancing training. It just wasn't.
I think
taken
musical theatre
advantage
is more singing, isn't it?
But you still do dancing. There's an aspect of that. So I would assume that she has some dancing. It's just what it did not show whatsoever.
When I say dancing, what I mean is like the professional dancers, like backing dancers, stuff, the people that will be on one show, one set, and then they've got to learn an entire dance routine for an entirely different show the next kind of thing. Whereas if you're in musical theatre, you're learning one set of choreography, and it might take you 3 months to learn it, but as long as you learn it, it's fine. So I think it's the backing dancers might actually be better because they're constantly learning new dances and new things for lots of different performances.
Yeah, and So You Think You Can Dance is the best place to hire for that, but they didn't even do that.
They'll probably be attractive as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Athletic people are like 90% almost always more attractive. Who would have
Take
thunk?
care of themselves.
Well,
Yeah, right.
this is why, remember in the Olympics, they actually banned all the Olympians banging each other.
Oh my god, yes. The one before this, before COVID, they had like cardboard beds to prevent them from sleeping.
So they
on
couldn't
beds.
support two people's weight. They actually planned it out. And it kind of
funny.
makes sense, though, when you've got, like, the peak athletic people from around the world.
Like all over.
Of course they're going to be attracted to each other.
They like concentrated on their craft so much, so once they finish their like their category, it's like, what do you do after?
Yeah, but
Bang.
they're also just
Bang.
peak human. Like, these are literally the best of the best around the world. So, yeah, like, most people are going to like them. It's one of those things. And also, I'm not sure we should be discouraging that. I want the superhuman babies that they would produce.
Oh, I didn't know that Zhang Xi was a ballerina before she got cast in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It shows that she is very
nimble,
athletic, nimble,
and athletic. Yeah, both.
Beautiful to watch. Like her movements are so graceful too. So it all makes sense.
And the fight scenes, the fake fight scenes, are a lot like dance routines. So.
Well, and especially in that realm of like Asian cinema, like fighting scenes where they're like
lots of like spinning and stuff. Yeah.
Like they're on those whatever the wires and they're like jumping across and running and jumping, and like that definitely doesn't happen in real life. But you can take all that like disbelief out and believe it in that world because those are the rules.
Yeah, I think agile is what I meant. Yeah. Mark, thank you for another 2. Lexa was the ship AI in Andromeda. Okay.
Oh no, I think we did see the ship AI. Didn't she have a projection in Andromeda? Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen Andromeda.
Okay, Mike.
I always remember it because it's got
Oh my god,
Mike, calm down.
What was the name? Not Conan. Hercules. The guy that played Hercules. I used to watch that on a Saturday when he was playing Hercules. That and Xena Warrior Princess. That was my childhood Saturday
Oh my god,
night,
I
Saturday
remember
morning
Xena.
TV.
Oh, I loved both of them. Yeah, I remember, like when they had like a little love story. Yeah, Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, but those are the things, right? Those were
Lucy.
shows that you can tell they were made for no budget at all, but they were great.
They were great.
Just
Dude, I
classic
even
because they
television.
were story driven. There was passion in there.
I even liked young Hercules, and you know who played young Hercules?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was Ryan Gosling, I think, right?
Really?
I think it was. I mean, I didn't know who. Like, obviously, he was a
It
kid.
is Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
What?
I don't think I've ever seen that though. Or maybe I
I
maybe I
did.
did actually.
I saw it. Harukami, thank you for another 10 pounds. Had a crush for Deanna Rigg in the British Avengers when she played Mrs. Peel. He's gonna look. I love when.
Oh my god,
side-eye.
I've got modern photos.
I don't know what Mrs. Peel is.
No, I haven't watched the British Avengers.
I think I've seen it. Yeah, it's very much of the time, style wise. Wait, she's in Game of Thrones.
Wait, don't tell me she plays. Is she the one that's like, I want her to know it was
She's
me?
the manipulative old woman.
That's her.
Yeah.
I want Cersei to know it was me. Oh
Yes,
gosh,
yes.
Here, I'll share the screen. So I mean, you guys know now, but
Oh!
wow.
Oh, her in her younger years. Damn.
She was
Mhm.
pretty. Yeah. Wow. Demajani, thank you for the 5. Hello, beautiful ladies. Hope you are well. Sup, Disparu? How the hell are ya? Hell, chat. Also, Kate Beckinsale Underworld was hot and bad AS.
When the Underworld trailer was shot, it opens up with basically a close-up of her ass just opening double doors. And she said that the director told her when they were lining up the shot, this is going to be in the trailer. Like, they knew what they were doing in that trailer immediately.
You get leather tight.
No, it's latex. And the reason I know it was latex is because the director gave an interview when he says, when I met her, I really thought she smelled like a condom. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, you're an incredibly gorgeous woman. You do have a weird smell about you, though.
I mean, it's the costume's fault at that rate.
I mean, was he who she married, though? I think she might have got married to the director of Underworld.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she?
I think she used to be with, you know, the werewolf leader? She was with him originally, and then she did Underworld and got with the director.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Len Wiseman is who she got with.
It's kind of like the Resident Evil girl. Like, she's with the director that directs all of those movies too, right?
Yeah, but it's a bit weird if you enter a movie with your husband and the father of your child, and then by the end of the movie, you've gone off with the director.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
It's a little bit different. Yeah.
Just a little. Wait, Mike, what?
Normal. Well. Hey, I mean,
Not comfy. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't
he
want to walk
doesn't
around.
want another 20 kids.
No, he means the suits. Wait, what?
Wait, Mike, you're wearing
Yeah, for
it,
him.
right?
He's
wearing
gonna do a Kate Beckinsale cosplay.
So Disparu wants to wear a cloak, and Mike wants to wear a cat suit. Okay.
No, it's not just me wear a cloak. I think we should bring back cloaks as a
So Mike should
social
wear a cat suit
norm.
with a cloak.
And I think I think everyone should dress like a sort of medieval Dungeons and Dragons quest fashion. Well, you saw like the Outpost, like all the women should dress like that. The men should dress like Aragorn with cloaks.
I will say there's something about like strategic placement of like open windows and close.
Yes.
And with that type of wear that you're explaining, it's like, okay, arms are covered, at least in that picture that we saw. And there was like kind of a boob window, but it wasn't too revealing. And it's like just enough for imagination.
It's the difference between sensual and sexual. Everything now is sexual, nothing is sensual. Everything is just, here I am, here's my arsehole. It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Remember when wrists were like the sexy thing? Well, obviously we weren't alive then, but you know.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing.
Obviously, waving that wrist around.
If all women like wore a glove on their left, because this is something that Brandon Sanderson has put in his books, right? If all women wore a glove on their left hand, within a generation, that would become like scandalous. If you showed it to somebody. The only thing that is required for kind of arousal is just literally, it's not allowed. Nobody else has seen this. Exclusivity is what breeds attraction. Like, if other people have seen it, it's nothing. But if you're the only one that's seen it, that's special. Like, exclusivity is what always provides value. And so that's what sensuality is about. It's about kind of giving a hint at what you could have, but nobody else has. But you might. That's what's the attraction.
It's true though. The less you show, the more, I guess, intrinsic value you have. So.
Yeah, whereas now, you see people wearing, like, those...
bikinis?
what are they? It's the I think the worst ones are the exercise, not hot pants, but the exercise kind of leggings.
With the ruching and the butt crack.
Well, the butt is made out of an entirely different material because it's designed to force your fat ass into something vaguely resembling a human shape. And it, like, no clothing should have reinforcement. We shouldn't be squashing people into looking like a normal human being. And you can tell it is because it's an entirely different color than the rest of the clothes.
But that's the beautiful part. If you're modest and you save it for, I guess in those words, more value, then you are increasing your value as a person and making it more of an object to get towards. Whereas if like I look at like Instagram and you see those people in bikinis already, it's like Well, I kind of know what you look like.
Yeah. If I can buy you for $5, you're worth $5. It's literally that. And it's the same with anything. Like oxygen. Oxygen has no value on Earth. You take oxygen to Mars, it's the most valuable commodity you can have. It is literally something that's exclusive, something that is rare, something which isn't accessible to everybody is valuable. Like, why is your house valuable to you? Because it's your house. It doesn't belong to anybody else. If everybody was allowed in your house, you wouldn't care. It would be worthless to you. You'd go and move somewhere else. It's the same with anything.
Yep.
Lucifer the Doberman for 5 Canadian. I'm barbecuing beef ribs and corn. I'm making enough for 20. Do you want some?
Do you deliver to Canada?
Well, he's in Canada.
Well,
I mean,
that's
if you
true.
delivered here,
They're
I'd
in
get
Canada.
food poisoning. So
Are you in Ontario? Let me know.
You'd have to email it.
Email it.
I'd need like a futuristic digital
I can
printer.
come pick up. It's fine.
Sick, I'll come. Mark of Reality, thank you for the chew. Nobody went out like a boss more than Elena Tyrell. Oh, Tyrell from Game of Thrones. Yeah. I wanted to know it was me. That was pretty badass. Harukami.
Does it
for
beat a
another
crossbow on the
£5.
toilet?
Thank you. Oh, yeah, that was pretty rough. Diana Rigg wasn't a Bond girl. She was Mrs. Bond in OHMSS. Which one is
I
that?
don't know what that means.
Me neither. But some people in the chat were
On
saying
Her
that
Majesty's
Diana was
Secret
also...
Service.
Ah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bond got married once. It's probably a mistake. I don't think the marriage is in Bond. I think he's far too live short, die fast. There's a girl around the next corner kind of thing to actually get settled down like that.
And his mission probably is the main objective, and being a husband is always going to be secondary to that in his line of work.
The reason why they went with what they called when you don't have any parents, I forgot the name.
Orphans.
The reason they went with orphans is because they didn't have any connections, and so the state, England, could literally mold them into a weapon, and they were designed to have no attachments. They knew they could die tomorrow. And part of that isn't just like Bond didn't just go out and sleep with random people for his own pleasure. He knew that if he got connected to them, it would be awful on them because he could die tomorrow. And so there's an impact on both sides there. It's not fair on a woman to marry her in that situation.
Yeah. Agreed. Oops. Jason, thank you for another Australian 20. Haji1 is my current celebrity crush.
I don't know. It sounds like the writer of that GQ article.
Okay, she's very pretty. Most Koreans are, to be fair.
Yeah, this is the whole point. I think being Korean is cheating. Korean, Japanese, like you've instantly started with extra points.
She's so cute.
Very cute. Very cute.
Good choice, Jason.
And she'll look like that for the next 50 years. So
Absolutely.
It's true. Rye the guy for 5. Thank you. I just turned on the stream and the first thing I hear is Disparu saying, Here I am. Here is my
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
That's what the viewers want. I don't make the rules.
He's just here to please you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, Peter is saying Haji1 is 46 years old.
No. What?
No.
I mean, I'm not surprised because she's Korean, but still, no. She is 46, born in 1978.
Let me find a 2024 picture of her. So I just put 2024.
That's true. It could be a mixed range. Still, though, I meant it when I was like, she'll be look like that for the next 50 years.
Yeah, I mean, you did say that, and you weren't wrong.
She still looks like a teenager.
Wow.
In all these photos.
This is the whole point. I would move to Korea if they didn't hate anyone that wasn't not Korean. Apparently, there's a thing in like South Korea where if you're a foreigner and you try and get with one of the local women, the men will just like surround her. They're like protecting her. It's like, no, you're not from this place. You can't get with her. It's the thing that gets me is, and I don't think Americans care about it as much about it, but I really like learning things like that, like cultural differences of how people respond to different things.
Yeah. It's interesting. We'll get at something. Well, you already seen it, but I want to see your the Hulk when we watch the Hulk Hogan thing. I'm excited to see your reaction to it.
Can we do the GQ article first? Because
Yeah,
Oh yeah, since we're on Acolyte.
I've read it, so if I host, I can probably skim to the best bit.
Yeah, if you want to share it. Dave Chandler, thank you
It's
for the
just
10.
peak thirst.
Yeah, get it ready. You can pull it up after the super chat.
Well,
had a long day.
The
and
journalist definitely had it ready.
just sat down. Thought I'd settle in for some sauciness. How's everyone doing? You ladies look lovely. What's up, Disparu? Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
And Ray Glendening, thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome to the Potato Squad. And Jay's minority friend for $1.99. Don't crack, but Asians are magical.
Wow.
I watched.
I agree with both those. Just saying.
I rewatched Drunk 3PO's video about letting cats out the door earlier. Oh,
jeez.
it's still gold. It's aged like fine wine, the video.
Yup.
But yeah, so this is Manager Kid, and just look at that jawline. That is
So
it's a nice,
chiseled.
It's strong. It's strong.
Yeah.
I like a strong. He's not, like I said, he's not ugly or anything. I'm just not like, oh my god.
Yep, but that is a jawline that would be fit for a 2024 female game character. That's how good that jawline is. But this is essentially, if you wanted to know what peak thirst looks like in a journalist, welcome to Yang Yigo. How the Acolytes Manager Kinto brought sexy back to Star Wars, where he starts the article with, I think baby oil goes a long way. The Sith Lord heartthrob tells GQ, turning the internet's collective knees to jelly. We probably should have read this before I drank some.
First line of this article, baby oil.
Hey, it gets worse. Like that is the peak of the mountain. We're about to fall down through the 7 layers of hell. Believe me. Talks about those breathtaking fight scenes. What he learned from Lindsay Lohan. I think that's basically, if you want to get a part, show them your minge. And what he hopes to do in season 2. Now he gets annoyed at first because basically he got lied to. That he thought he was just an apothecary. He didn't think he was the Darth Lord of the Sith. And he did tell him that he had a latex allergy, so you can't do that. I feel so bad, says Jacinto. Then you get the GQ guy calling him nothing but goofy, innocuous comic relief. Han Solo without the Riz.
Oh no.
Without the Riz.
That's a diss to yourself.
But what's most striking about the stranger is how undeniably, irrepressibly sexy he is. For the better part of 5 decades, Star Wars has been a franchise largely starved of sensuality. It's had Han Solo. It's had Anakin. It's had Kylo Ren. Slave Leia doesn't make this pissing paragraph.
Wait, they didn't. Oh, but Ray does?
Yeah, Ray made it, but only because of Kylo. I think he's basically naming the guys that he likes, and the women were kind of just, they were there.
Wow.
Then we get his rather sensual shoot of just him eating for some reason, which I still don't know why is in the article.
I mean, I'm surprised it's not a hot dog at this rate.
I think it's because he's sucking his thumb. I've got to be honest. I think that's why. He's even locking eyes with the camera while sucking his thumb.
Ketchup on my finger. Mm.
Yeah. Let's see how far I can shove this down my throat. By contrast,
I want some French fries now. That's all that made me want.
Yeah, she's hungry for some hot dogs.
I love green cheese.
No.
When the stranger is first unmaxed, in the midst of a brutal Jedi killing spree, he's literally killed all of her friends. So what is this guy's first reaction? The camera movements, moody lighting, appear engineered to maximize Jacinto's heart-throbbiness. His exposed arms are as taut and defined as the chassis of a Ferrari. His glistening cheekbones bisected by a pair of meticulously swooping bangs. They appear even sharper and more menacing than the lightsabers he's gripping. As an episode later, the show doubled down. His abs bathe buck naked in a hot spring while flirting brazenly with Osha. She says it feels good, doesn't it? To hold one in your hands again. This is a romance novel in interview form.
Yeah, I feel like I'm reading something that I shouldn't be reading.
Yes. This whole thing, as you might expect, the internet has suffered complete and utter knee-quivering meltdown. I started chewing on cement, reads one tweet. Mandy Jacinto leads me to places I wouldn't go with a gun. He even inspired the Time to write the article, The Rise of the Thirst Trap Villain, which I've also got pulled up if we've got time. Not even Disney Plus's audio description is immune to Jacinto's physical gifts.
Oh my
Bro, who
god.
is this writer? I want to look him up.
They literally brought up the meme that we were using to take the piss out of it, and they're like, no, this is hot. This is so hot. I mean, I think a little baby oil goes a long way. Baby oil and wet hair. Read it slower.
Oh my god.
Overemphasize it all.
What was that one word? Libidinousness?
Where did you see it? Which
Libidinousness. He's caused baby oil and wet hair.
Oh, when I mentioned the widespread libidinousness.
Oh, libidinousness.
I need to get some French fries.
That's such a weird word. Yeah, it's libidinousness.
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 Libs of TikTok. Got it.
That's such a that might be the weirdest word in the English language.
Yeah.
The stranger flips classic gender tropes of hypersexualization, but a true sex symbol is somebody who resonates emotionally with the fans. Manny's magnetism is rooted in his acting, not just his physique. His ability to access vulnerability, empathy, and longing. She's basically talking about herself. It's like, oh my god, you should see what he did to me in the back of the bike sheds. The next thing isn't that important. It's him and his daughter that he calls a little hippo, which is a bit weird. That's nothing. Remember the parents growing up? No. It does carry on afterwards, but he starts going into something really weird. Oh, yeah. Getting the part of the Acolytes, most notably. Oh, I think it's actually this. I remember watching all the movies with my parents growing up, if I'm completely transparent with you. He wasn't interested in Star Wars at first. He was more interested in Jackie Chan because Jackie Chan represented him. So when he got the Acolyte, the most notably diverse cast, I know there's plenty of Star Wars fans that look like you and me already. But it's exciting that the new iteration will have people like me. Even more people of color will be able to relate to and celebrate and see themselves in this entity of Star Wars. Did you know that Filipinos can be evil too?
Yes.
They can now. If you can see it, you can be it. You can be a Darth Lord of the Sith.
Covered in dirt. You don't need to shower.
Then he goes,
Yeah.
While the rest of the cast performed their stunts, he was beyond thrilled with the results. This is so model minority of me. It feels like studying for an exam and actually doing well. It feels like doing AP calculus.
Studying is AP calculus. Are you kidding me? No, AP calculus doesn't pay for your expenses. Excuse me.
Who wrote this? I need names.
Hang on. Okay, that picture. Yang Yigo. It's a man.
He's definitely
I'm
gay.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I know his
gay.
celebrity crush. I think. Whirlwind. This is the new interviews. No, we could skip that.
I know it's making I just want food.
And then he starts talking about the fact. Yeah, this is just. Can you just pose against that wall for me, please? Yeah, can you show me a mini lightsaber? No, not the big one, the little one.
No.
And he goes, it's a cycle. Everything that's come out since the original trilogy, there's always been very passionate group that doesn't like change, that wants the same feeling they experienced when they were kids. This is the Star Wars has always been ass, and you only liked it because you were a child defense. Only now they've grown up. Their tastes have matured. It was trash before, but you like it because before you were a child. You had low standards. So now you're more critical as an adult. They're just more precious about the things they were when they were younger. It's the same quality Star Wars has always been. You just liked
No.
it because you didn't know any better.
No.
So they're trying to tell us that we didn't know any better.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
see
liked
Star Wars for the
'cause you were a
first
kid.
time
You had
until I
poor
was
taste.
like, I want to say like teenager. I didn't see, well, the prequels, I seen some when I was a kid because that's what was on when I was growing up, not the original, but I didn't actually watch them all the way through until I was a teenager. I wasn't a kid. So wrong.
Prepare for the next one then, because he starts talking about Hayden Christensen. Well, in the prequels, people didn't like the prequels, but now they love Hayden. Sometimes looking at that lens is really useful, and it sucks that sometimes you have to wait 10, 20, 30 years to get your flowers. He thinks people are going to be looking back on the Acolyte in 30 years and loving it.
I mean, I always liked Hayden. I know the original series lovers maybe didn't like the prequels beforehand. Now it looks like Shakespeare in comparison.
Yeah, I can't really remember the prequels because I watched them so long ago. All I remember about the prequels is the fight scenes. And Hayden was amazing in that. And
Hayden
then when he
was
came back
amazing.
and did it in Ahsoka, he was amazing in that as well. So I've never had a thing against Hayden. But I'm not like a massive Star Wars guy, so if there were problems with the prequels, I probably wouldn't know them anyway.
Yeah.
Hit the airwaves, come here's fun, but just beginning, blah, blah, blah. There was more thirst, if I could find it.
There was more.
We're trying to
wait,
find out
there's
the thirst.
I'm after all of the thirst.
The
'Cause
thirst is strong in this one.
Yeah, there's an entire Times article about how people are thirsty for villains. Collaborative effort, guy plays dirty. Filipino martial arts. Where's this bit about... unless I skipped it. Oh yeah, it's ultimately, of course, what truly renders the stranger so instantly iconic is his carnality. He puts the seduced in seduced by the dark side. It's a difficult tightrope to walk, murdering Jedi and still coming off as sympathetic and likable. You've
they're
got to
making
slaughter
Jedi the
innocent
bad
people,
guys in
but you're
this.
hot. Gradually building a tantalizing bond with Osha through his subtle allure. He's like a high school bad boy.
Oh my god, he's not even that big of a bad boy. Like, I don't get those vibes off of him. I'm like, I'm gonna cheat off his math homework.
He's not telling you to come
Fathom.
and be with him.
Sorry.
He's just living his own life, and you wind up intrigued by what he's doing. That raw magnetism might be why there's already enough Stranger fan
Magnetism.
art online for Jacinto to fill an Instagram carousel. It's not why the actor loves the character so deeply. Yeah, then he says that this is just insane, right? The stranger is not feeling accepted within society, that you're trying hard to... He murders people. He just wants to exist, to murder people. He wants to be able to express himself by murdering people. Leslie Headland feels this. Presumably, Leslie Headland murders people as well, is the only thing I can assume if we're just saying that the stranger is just like Leslie Headland. I don't understand what's going on. For all the chat
He's
about his
thirsty
charisma.
too.
Oh yeah,
Thirsty
that's
too, yeah.
that's the thing where he goes, I don't believe that people would find me attractive because I'm Canadian. That's literally what he says. For all the chat about charisma and physique, I'm Canadian, and so I don't believe people find me attractive. Then he goes on to bang about like people of color, how it's amazing I get people of color. He's laying the groundwork now. And the Acolyte Season 2 on the horizon. Not been renewed, but there's plenty of story for the rest of the cast and crew they would love to dive in on. Yeah, you. They want to dive on you. That's basically what it is. In the fan art I've seen, there's a good amount that implies something between the Osha and Stranger. He's hanging out the back of her. That's what people think, and I've been yearning for this genre in this IP. I love people are honing it and engaging with it. I think people can look forward to more of that if we get a subsequent season. He is basically pitching, if you get a season 2, I'll bang Osha.
I'm not into that.
Wow. That's what they have to stoop to now.
It really is
Oh.
CW meets Star Wars.
Yeah,
And if
it
you wanna
is,
know-
absolutely.
If you want to know how creepy Leslie Headland is, she went into his tent. Leslie came into my tent, so to speak, and she was pacing. She was like, Manny, I just want you. I like, what do you mean? She said, I just want you to be you. You don't need to do the smirk or the twitches or any of that actorly stuff. I just want you to be you in this moment.
Oh, I think lesbian headlamp is actually straight, and this is her way to get that.
I think she saw his arms and flooded the sofa.
Yep.
I literally
She's
think
into it.
there was just water damage across the entire set. They literally had to put down tarpaulin just to save the floor.
That's
Hot
Yeah.
damn.
that's yuck. That's all I gotta say. Project Ecro. And then
will-
Lizzie pushing conservatory.
If you've got
With
something
her
else to cover,
throbbing saber.
if you've got
Probably
something else
has
to
one.
cover, then I'll save the rise of the thirst trap villain for another time.
Okay, we can save that one. Do you want to talk about the Malaysia, the Prime Video Malaysia thing that you sent? Do you know
The
what? I'm
what?
talking about? The Prime
you mean me?
Video
What are you talking
Malaysia.
about?
It was the Rings of Power stuff.
Oh yeah, you can show that. That's just the Rings of Power stuff is just
image
funny.
Yeah.
Welcome to the advertising for Rings of Power, folks. Now this is literally mirrored because the idea is the size of the picture that Twitter shows, and so you just cut it half of his
Nina's
face, mirror
comment.
it, and it looks like a full page advertisement. Now, they could have just done it with one picture. I don't really know why they didn't. It would have been the same thing. Instead, somebody messed it up and we'll just post it anyway, who cares? That'll do.
Nina.
I'll show you, I'll look
He
it up.
looks like there's something retardedly wrong with him.
What is it? Why does there a split
Yeah,
though?
he's like the opposite of the Little Mermaid.
Oh. Perfection. No. Are you going to share something here?
Yeah, okay, I'll share it if it's easier. It is just Critical Drinker's response to it. 100% accurate. Same energy. And it's like two hair
my
Two
dyes next to each
god.
other. And I mean, come on, it is.
It's like absolute perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I
Oh
just
my
like the fact that
goodness.
somebody went through and just fit them all together until they found some really weird person. I mean, look
It's
at
like
it.
perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Same energy.
No.
Oh my god. And I've seen that so much going down the pharmacy aisle where all the hair dyes are that it really is like cut faces like that.
And then you have Warrior Deezer. Warrior Deezer is the thing to behold. I'm looking forward to Warrior Deezer. I hope Warrior Deezer is like Galadriel, but of season 2. I wanted to take down an ice troll. I wanted to take down an entire Balrog on her own. Barely an inconvenience.
Can you imagine if Ray, Ahsoka, Amandla,
I love this idea.
Osha,
Yes.
and who else is like a Mary Sue?
Well, Galadriel. obviously, we'd have to have-
Galadriel, like they should do a parody like that. That'd be amazing.
No, don't do a parody. I want an official multiverse TV series of every girl boss.
She-Hulk.
Yes,
Oh my
She-Hulk. Of course,
Can one
She-Hulk.
of the episodes be like dating with She-Hulk? Like that would be amazing.
And I want them to chase down Manny Jacinto, but not be able to kill him because he's just too hot. It's like
He's
as they're
too
about to
hot.
stop the villain, they're like, no, this would be too bad for
His
like the
arms
rest
are
of
too
humanity.
beautiful.
Yeah. So they have to like just tie him up and keep him in a basement somewhere.
Hashtag me too.
Hey, it's Hollywood. I'm sure it's happened.
No, I meant not me as well, but like that's like a Me Too movement thing. I'm sorry. That
Hey,
came out
I didn't
wrong.
even interpret it as you did. Like, hey,
I totally did at that moment. I'm like, no. I actually don't
yeah,
want to
I was like, if Marcus said it, that would have been different.
Hashtag Mark 2.
Like, Mark's just like tweeting in chat from the basement. It's like, I've been down here for weeks.
I
can't
mean,
escape.
he is technically
She's
in the
taken my leg.
basement right now.
Working on a vibrating one to try and phase through the door.
We're upgrading him. It's fine,
Yeah.
okay?
Eventually, he'll add so many bullets he goes like the Flash and can phase through solid matter.
Wait, you're like, never mind. I don't want to know.
Do you not know what a bullet is? Is that what
I
you're
thought
gonna ask?
you meant for a gun.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna review my thoughts for later, but not now.
It's a
Dave Chandler, thank you for
how
the
would a
20.
bullet vibrate? Like,
Hold on, you're in
how
the
would a
Disney queue.
how would a normal one do
Oh, I like my basement. There are dogs.
it? Yeah, Marcus just you put him somewhere with puppies. He's like, oh no, puppies and a computer. Yeah, this'll do. I don't care.
Oh my god.
That is happy places wherever the computer is,
Or the dogs.
but preferably both, obviously, with a sofa, as God intended.
When I reach my target weight, I'm going to buy a cream-colored suit like Jacinto's. Is that how you pronounce it, Jacinto? In the photo, Jacinto, sorry. In the photo, and have a pro photographer take sexy food photos of me. The subtext being, I conquered my appetite. Look at me now, biatches.
Well, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't even need to eat food. He just accidentally ate his own thumb in one of the pictures. It's not a particularly high IQ test. Like he could
I
have
don't
eaten
think he
the food.
accidentally did it. He just saw this is the article writer. I know what to do to manipulate this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, he's
Yep.
met him multiple times before, so you know
That's what she said.
he probably has the stains to prove it.
Oh, Lucifer the Doberman. Thank you for
Thank you for
being
becoming a member.
I go saucy. Wicked just
You cut
completely
yourself up.
collapsed. She's like,
She
oh no.
was not ready for that.
She like came up from one side of the camera and just went straight over the other one. The racist bell.
9999.
Did you miss your bell?
I have it right here.
She's got it. The
It's pronounced Jacinto. Oh,
Jacinto. Oh god,
Look.
that was really loud.
if he wants it spelled with a H, if he wanted it pronounced with a H, he could spell it correctly.
It's
Don't come
Spanish.
to England and then be like, oh no, I want you to change how English is spelled. No, you're the one who spelt it wrong.
Yeah.
here you go, Xray. You can read this one.
Lucifer the Doberman for two Canadians says, seriously, you need a Doberman. Rocky would calm. He needs that Doberman energy.
Don't they slobber a lot, Dobermans?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was thinking of the right breed. I'm not sure.
I know the Bulldogs are big slobberers and Newfoundlanders are bad.
The big
German
ones
Shepherds.
depends.
I'm not sure
yeah.
I'd like a Doberman. They do look kind of like freaky.
I would do a female one because they're like, I don't know, 60 to 80 pounds, which is not bad.
If I was going to have a dog like that, I think I'd prefer like an Alsatian, the German Shepherds. The police
I do
dogs.
like a good German Shepherd. They're so cute.
I think I would, if I had a dog, I would probably go for German Shepherd or what are the sheepdogs? Because I think the
There's
sheepdogs
many
are renowned.
sheepdogs.
Not over here. I just can't remember what the name is. Googling sheepdog was a big mistake. As now I've found out there is lots. Border collies. A border collie is the most intelligent dogs. There's even like proof. There's a video of like loads of different breeds, and he has a tennis ball, and he pretends to throw it. All the other dogs run. The border collie's just like staring at it, like, no, throw it for real, throw it for real.
My mom's friend had one, and it was very smart, very like calm and nice too.
My grandparents used to own a farm, so they had two border collies that they were never trained as sheepdogs, but they were born of active sheepdogs. And they used to round me up as a kid. Like, I can't remember it very well, but my mum's told me the story that one day she just said, "Mom!" And literally I was trapped in a corner with both border collies, and they'd rounded me up into the corner, and I couldn't escape.
Oh no!
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? What happened? She zoned out for a second.
Whoa. I did.
I'm Googling dogs and bullets.
That was like my moment with when we had Keanu on, and I thought she was talking about a photo shoot, and she's like, "Well, nobody got hurt." But I forgot what she said. I was just like, "Oh," and she's like, "The Jeff thought that I was like sad that nobody got hurt."
Nobody got hurt. Oh, maybe next time.
Was this when the shooting happened?
Yeah, I thought she was talking about a photo shoot though. Like it went over my head for a second because I didn't hear about it. And then that video is like, I'm glad nobody
Iconic.
did get hurt, but it's iconic and it's also kind of adorable because she's just in
She's
her
so cute
costume.
in
She's
it.
like, she's got the ears on, the devil ears. She's so cute.
Oh yeah, when she was on about like bullets flew past my window
She's
and
like,
stuff.
I look,
Yeah.
and she's like, I
I
look
remember the
crazy,
story now.
but it was Halloween.
You just see her disappear underneath the table.
She picks up the chair, the little plastic chair.
Acrylic chair. It's like not going to help you, but
No. Well, it's
Oh,
like
no.
what is it like when kids get scared? Like they hear a footstep
And
on
they
the
go under the
stairs.
blanket.
Yeah, they think it's an axe murder. Do they run? Do they scream for help? No, they pull the covers up.
It's true. Justin Martin, thank you for the 5. They need to make a Street Fighter style video game with all the Mary Sues, except there's nothing but stalemates.
Yeah, they're just all invincible.
Yeah. Lucifer the Doberman for another 2. Thank you. Lucifer is North America's largest Doberman, 47 keg. Really?
He had his own TV series.
47 kg is
Ended up on Netflix.
How much is that in pounds?
103 pounds.
Wow. That's big for a dog.
Yeah.
Market Reality, thank you for the 10. If someone makes a legit good parody of D plus Star Wars, etc., they probably will save a few theater chains.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't somebody say there was going to be a Spaceballs 2?
It'll
there?
only be good if they can make the right jokes.
Yeah, Lassie was.
I think somebody's... Yeah, 18th of June 2024, Variety. Spaceballs 2 in development with Amazon. So no, it's not going to have the right jokes. I don't believe Amazon could make a decent comedy. I'll believe it when I see it.
We need to see this to believe
Dave
it.
Yeah, it'll probably do very well. Dave Chandler, thank you for the 5. Look up Lion in the Living Room playing video games on YouTube. It's crazy. Those guys take exotic house pets too far.
I've seen
Really?
a few exotic house pets. Yeah, I've seen ligers and all kinds of stuff. My favorite one is like there's a few Russians. I'm assuming it's a pet and not just a wild bear. But I've seen loads of videos of these same Russians messing with like this bear next to them. And at one point, he's like the bear is like rocking the tree that they're all sitting on.
It depends on how good it is, right? Because that's something that people probably don't want remade. But I don't know. There's not much else going on. That's why I'm saying if it's done well, people will like it. I don't know though. Guess let's see.
Well,
Spaceballs.
that's the thing. Like, what is your confidence that Amazon can redo?
Oh, it's
Spaceballs?
Amazon. No, yeah, that's true. Okay. No, I don't have confidence in that. But they might still make money because people will be interested in seeing it, right? But that would be it.
Is the whole point. Like, Amazon does have some good shows, but the shows that are good tend to be where it like buys somebody else's show. So somebody else just made the show all on their own and they just sold it to Amazon. I think that's probably why Netflix has so many good Korean shows, because all Korean shows are just made and then sold. So Netflix has no
Their
say
hands aren't
the
in
show.
it from the
Yeah.
beginning, middle, and end. It's just for the product.
And I think that's why Amazon's so hit or miss. The ones they make themselves are awful, but the ones they just buy in from outside could be good.
The Boys could have been great. The first season was good, but then they went full retarded with it. It's a shame because it was really good. It's like, you know,
Oh my
superheroes they
God.
were in real life.
This-
God complex, and you know, like it's just they made it so bad. Like anybody that like really likes it now, I'm like, how? It's just awful. And then even like Starfire, the actress, I can't believe she did that to her face. I don't understand it. I don't get
She looks
Hollywood.
horrible.
She looks awful.
That fat removal is the
buccal
worst
fat or
thing you can do
brutal,
to
whatever.
yourself.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because
Like why?
Having
Like,
fat,
it keeps you looking younger.
yes, having fat cheeks when you're younger keeps you looking younger for longer.
Youthful.
Yeah.
It's
So
youth.
you don't want to look 40 when you're 20 and then 80 when you're 40, you know? So
She
don't
looks
remove
like
it.
she's in her 50s now. Like she looks like she
yeah.
I think Melanie Mack actually said that once in one of her things. She was like, people ask me, how do I look so young? It was called fat face syndrome. It was like, I just have chubby cheeks and that's what works.
Yeah, it's true.
I
though,
mean, facts.
she was pretty before. Like, she wasn't like gorgeous or anything. whatever her name is that played Starfire, but it's like now it's like she looked very gorgeous in comparison. It's just so weird. Didn't she try saying she didn't have anything done too?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No,
And she's like, it's all natural.
There's only two
Sure,
explanations.
Jan.
If it's all natural, then you've been taking something else. Because you can have hollow cheeks, but it's the side effect of stuff you shouldn't be taking. So it's probably better to tell people that you did it than pretend you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think. Julianne Moore, like she's like a prime example of that. Like as she aged, she had that buccal fat removed look, but that was just natural.
That was just her, like.
Yeah, and
The
it's
thing
not
is,
as extreme.
they want to have those like cheekbones, right? But it's like you can't. No.
I don't think you want.
Doesn't work.
Or if you look at like any actress over time that has just aged up, so now they're like an older actress, all of them, every single one that looks good, aged naturally. That's it. Just leave your face how it is. You will look better in the end. Just stop messing with it.
Yeah. Age naturally. Like I will admit that there are some celebrities that get certain things done that it's not too much. It's kind of like maybe like light maintenance, we'll say. I'm not saying I would do that or anything, but I understand, you know, if you got the money to do it, but
Well,
they
things
go
like
way
nose jobs
too-
they don't have like a permanent effect, but anything like, you know, your face being pulled or
Wait, it
fillers,
looks like you're in like a wind tunnel.
the paralytics,
always
the
surprised.
fat removal. I think anything that gives like expands your face or shrinks it, that it may look great when you have it done, but it's gonna not in the long term.
Well, Christina Applegate she's got what does she have?
Oh,
She has
is she?
cancer or something? No, she has cancer or something now. So unfortunately, right now she doesn't look great, but I don't think she got work done. Before she got sick, she still looked great though. Like right now, I think she's really big, but that's because I think she's dying.
Oh,
It's really
okay.
sad. Yeah, she got an award and what's her name? MS. Yeah, she's got MS.
Oh, that sucks.
It's super sad. Yeah, she did have breast cancer when she was younger. She beat that though. Very sad. But Katie Seagal, it was super sad. She won an award or something. I forgot what it was, or she maybe got a star on the Hollywood. I don't know, something like that with Christina Applegate and Katie Seagal, who was her mom on Married with Children, was like helping her walk up and was like there with her, and it was so sad. Yeah, but she did age well, for sure. Ian,
You're killing me. Hi, Ian. I miss you. By the way,
I know it's when we
We'll
were
just
on
be
a
like,
trip
oh,
and you were gone.
okay. If you
All
act
right,
so
fine.
nicely.
3 more hours. Let's
Yeah.
go.
We'll go till 6 a.m. then.
Thank you so much for the 50, Ian.
Damn.
Damn. She looks like she's tired. She's like, I am too, though.
damn.
You can't be tired. It's like 6 hours earlier over there.
I know.
10.
It
I'm
is
tired.
10 o'clock and
Oh,
close to
diddums.
bedtime.
Oh. How on earth could you
Aw.
possibly stay up past 10 p.m.?
I know. I'm an old lady. Okay.
I can,
know it
but I'm
looks
still
like
catching up
Yeah,
on
but
my
you still
sleep.
keep men in your basement.
man, singular,
One man.
Well,
And-
and the dogs.
and 2 dogs, but like both of them have been snipped. So Rocky hasn't even reached manhood. He's just like
that's
baby
a sad
boy.
story.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I
her
know.
star. Okay. It was her star on the Walk of Fame. Sorry. I couldn't remember what it was.
It's like, oh, this is why we're like, oh, dogs love it so much when you adopt them. It's like, do they? Like, oh, you're going to a great home.
You are just
We're
changing
just
their
leaving a couple of things behind.
natural
It's like,
So
state.
before we forget, though, this is also in the title, and this will wake me up.
Before you go.
Hulk Hogan at RNC. This was so good. This is so good.
I actually haven't seen this, so I'm
You
excited.
haven't? All right, here we go. Time to get the Canadian and the Brits reaction to this.
I've already seen this, so
Oh, hold on.
yeah, no sound.
Sorry. Here we go.
Sorry.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero?
America.
I love when people are like, "Oh my god, he's inciting people." You do realize wrestling isn't real,
President of
right?
the United States. Enough was enough.
Hell yeah,
Run
brother.
wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Oh my god, I wish I went to this.
I know.
He seems like genuinely happy that that's just happened.
He is. Oh, Trump like I think Trump blew him a kiss like or something, which is like so extra, but so great. I loved this though because then like all the tech stuff happened. So it's like Hulk Hogan rips his shirt and then you can't book a flight. Nothing gets like everything. He broke the internet.
He broke computers. Yeah.
He broke the computer. What you gonna do? Ah man.
It
Loved
couldn't
it.
handle the masculinity. It was just like, no, that's
They
too
couldn't
much.
handle it. It was too much.
Oh my god, we're all hyped now. Love
We're
it.
awake. I knew
Next
that was
year,
gonna
we
wake
manage
me
the
up.
Kinto.
I'm gonna go run a marathon right now. I'll be back later.
Oh my god.
I think we found Wicked Virtue's new celebrity crush.
No,
the
it's just
Hulk
like,
No,
Hulk
it's not a
Hogan.
new crush.
No, I'm just
I've
hyped up
always
on
been after Hulk
America.
for the last 30 years.
He looks the same though. Isn't that funny? We were
Yes.
talking about this before the stream. Like it was the 90s when I was introduced to him because I was little and he was still on WWE and he looks the freaking same. Like what?
Well, he was one of the few, like, I was never that into wrestling,
Yeah.
but he was one of the few that became mainstream. Like, he had his own TV show and stuff that I remember, like,
I remember
vaguely.
the reality show, like with his wife and his kids. I remember so random because I think me and my mom talked about it. But his wife, they moved somewhere. I think it was somewhere in like Florida, and she wanted to like be like friendly with her neighbors, and she made cookies. She was like, "What should I make?" She made like chocolate chip cookies or something. And like, sorry, we only eat kosher. Like every person, she's like, "What the hell is that mean?"
I don't
Like
know.
nobody would
I
accept
thought
her
chocolate
cookies.
chip was kosher, so I clearly don't know.
They didn't want her cookies or something. I don't know, but she was just like, nobody wants my cookies. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
Hogan knows best. Yeah.
Guess I'm gonna have to eat them myself. That's a
I'd be
win-win
like, darn,
scenario
I
right
gotta eat
there.
this whole plate of cookies now, but I go
Yeah.
get some milk.
Oh no, how am I gonna cope?
Yeah, how am I gonna go? All right. Lucifer the Doberman for another 10. Thank you. Canadian 10. Now that it has cooled down, I have to do gardening, but I love
Oh,
the
it was
stream
so
you guys
hot
have
over here.
started. Love the
I sent the
positive
we-
energy and silliness. Even my daughter watches you guys. Ah,
Lucifer,
being
you're on the
awesome.
West Coast, so that makes sense. That would be 7 p.m. So keep it up.
thank you so much. All right, what were you gonna say, Disparu?
I literally sent a photograph of like the weather to Lady G going, "I'm melting, I'm dying, it's way too hot," and it was 26. And she's like, "I've been in
26.
40
What is that in
degree weather
Fahrenheit?
over here."
Oh my
I'm like,
god,
"No,
it was
26.
like
I'm dying."
31 where I was. So excuse me.
I don't know what
I
that
was literally, I'm
means.
dying, I'm melting. Like even now, it's like way
Okay,
too
I'm
hot.
melting.
It's like it's rained like on me, and that's the only reason it's even may become a tolerable temperature tomorrow.
Oh goodness. All right, Warren. Thank you for the 5. Helen Mirren looked good for a long time. She dated Liam Neeson when he was younger. Yeah, she aged
Oh.
really well. She
Wow,
sure
I
did.
That was what was it? Helen Mirren was
Helen
the
May
coupling
girl.
thing where
It's
she said
the 84 here right now.
Helen Mirren being in a movie was like the stamp of quality. Because you knew whenever she was in the movie, you were going to get to
What's
see something.
wrong?
107 is 42 degrees Celsius.
I think
That
the
is
highest temperature I've ever
disgusting.
been in is 36.
Hot.
I think that's literally the
Oh
highest.
my god, that is literally disgusting.
Yeah, that's hot.
No,
It's
thank
84.
you.
Wait, you sounded like Will Smith. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot.
Paris Hilton did it
Paris
first.
Hilton. That's hot.
That's hot. Vimaran, thank you for a Swiss 10. Did you see how awful woke Castlevania anime series was? Dog crap. Absolutely
No.
rancid what they did to the characters. I was infuriated. This is why I'm very wary about anything Netflix. Yeah, it was so good in the beginning. I did not finish the last season, but the last season, or maybe maybe the second last. I don't remember, but you're right. Because the animation was wonderful. The first season was really well done. And yeah, they screwed it up. They made it woke as heck.
Netflix is hit and miss specifically because they buy other people's shows. And so some of it will just be, dodgy as hell. Others will be amazing. Like, I got 4 minutes, 57 seconds into Supercell and turned it off. I'm like, I can't stand the script writing.
Yeah. It sucks when they do that. I'm trying to find the super sticker. Thank you for the $10 sneaky thingy. Trying to see what the super sticker was. I wish it would show up on StreamYards.
Oh, so he didn't write super sticker.
Oh wait, did he write super sticker?
I don't know. It just says super sticker. I don't know. I can only see what's on the screen.
It says right there, viewers are discussing the hot weather around the world, with some areas experiencing temperatures as high as 113 Fahrenheit.
Wow.
I blame Jessica Green. She's too hot for this
Did you
world.
just
She's
wrote
causing
super
global
sticker, right?
warming.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
It's all the talk of like celebrity crushes. They were just too hot. It was impossible.
In the States,
Oh, wait, no,
it's
it
way
was-
hotter.
No, it was the I'm sorry, it's the pair rolling around laughing. I found it.
No, if you want that, if you want the hottest people, you've got to go to like Eastern Europe kind of place, or Korea, or Japan.
Yeah. Where was I? Sorry. Now the Hulkamania is wearing off. Old Renaissance boomer for $5. Google spies like us wind tunnel scene. Images share the second image.
What your issue will be? Google gives everyone different, unique
Yeah.
results.
They
So we probably won't know. Like my second image is just two guys in a plane about to drop off in parachutes. It's a YouTube clip. I don't know whether that's what you mean.
For me, the second image is it's Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase, just like it's kind of a blurry image, them in the army gear.
Okay, let me search this, and it's under images.
Yeah, Spies Like Us.
It's a black and white Claire Bloom, Richard Burton, and the Spies.
We all got something
We
different.
all
yeah.
got different images. Yeah, Google's like it, depending on your location, search
Brave.
history, and everything else. It's
Yeah, I also use Brave, so that could. The one that Xray said is the one you want us to share.
oh, that was handy.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go.
Oh, I had it, the black and white one.
This one?
Oh,
That's the second image.
That's not even the same people, is it? Claire Burton.
I don't know. Oh, I didn't even spell it right. Okay, then there
I
it is.
got it.
Oh, now you've got entirely different results.
No, we said I had it. You're talking about. Yeah, hold on. You mean this one? This was the second image.
Yeah, it's just there's no way to track down a Google image search like thing like that.
Yeah, I use Brave.
What? It's not so much the browser. It's literally like a location and everything else. It tries to serve you what it thinks you're interested in.
It's the algorithm so that you're hooked into it.
Mhm.
Well, there's the theory that Google gives you bad results on purpose to try and get you to search for longer, because then you see more ads.
Well, I Brave is my search engine, so that's what I use. Let's see. Dave Chandler, thank you for the 20. Hulk Hogan did a movie with Christopher Lloyd called Suburban Commando. I remember that. I never saw it, but the trailer was at the beginning of one of my favorite VHS tapes. So I saw it over and over again, and it's burned into my memory. Really. I think my brother had the VHS to that, if I remember correctly.
It's why I've seen Broken Arrow so much, because it was just on VHS, and back in the day there was nothing else to do except watch what you had, so you did.
Yeah. Harukami for another £5. Thank you. Helen Mirren, first time on Parkinson. He got so hot under the collar.
Yeah, Parkinson is he used to do interviews over here. Back
okay,
when
I don't know who that is.
interviews were still civilized.
Yeah, not anymore. Now it's just like, even like, it's so funny. Like my mom always shows me clips from Jimmy Fallon, and I'm like, it's okay. Like sometimes there's like little kind of funny clips, but it's just like, I don't know. Late night TV isn't as interesting as it used to be. It used to actually be funny, because I feel like now it's probably a lot more scripted. right? But they used to actually just like kind of how we do when we don't really think too much about stuff. We're like, okay, these are the topics, let's talk about it. They bounced off each other well, usually for the most part, the guest and the whoever was hosting. But now it's just, I don't know, it seems very scripted. So
But you can only bounce off somebody when you're not scared of repercussions. So if you're
Yeah,
always
that
watching
too.
what you're going to say because you might get cancelled at any moment by anybody, you end up self-censoring and you overthink things too much, and then you're just not funny. It's like
Yeah,
the
I've seen
instant
Johnny
response is the
Carson.
funniest one.
yeah, the old late night was so funny. Yeah, and now think about it, they probably come in and they're like, okay, don't bring up this, or this. I'm sure it
Yeah.
was like that back in the day too, but it's probably a laundry list these days. Back then, they probably didn't really care. They'd be like think of like Frank Sinatra or one of them on there, just like, well, with their cigar, like just whatever
And-
you want to ask, go ahead.
I mean, before it would have been like, maybe don't be so uncouth, or there's certain like specific words that are like across the line or whatever. It's not so much like topics or jokes, because back then everyone understood that a joke was a joke. And even when I was a kid, being offended was like, well, just be offended, nothing happens.
Yeah, right. You got
Whereas
your
now
feelings
it's deemed
hurt,
as
you'll
a
grow
cudgel.
up. You'll be
Like,
fine.
I'm offended, and therefore you can't say it. It's like, well, I don't give a crap about you, so why
There
should
you
I
go.
care if you're offended?
This was the picture that he wanted us to find. None of us had it.
Oh, that's my first picture, not my second.
Oh, okay. It wasn't even on my first three.
What picture is this?
From Spies Like Us.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it. That's why I didn't know.
Yeah, for me that was from the Film Babble blog was the first result.
Babble blog. Oh, okay. I'm like, what? I never
Then
heard of that.
every other result is just YouTube videos. Now I'm scrolling through. They're all just YouTube thumbnails.
Yeah, that happens a lot actually. When you search stuff up now, it's a lot of
Mhm.
YouTube thumbnails or like Collider or something like that. You know what I mean? Like articles
Mhm.
and stuff. It's not really pictures, unfortunately.
It is a case that the Google search engine has gone, well, the best results are us. It's out. Okay.
Oh, it was a wind tunnel test and their face is stuck like that. That's funny.
Yeah. I think I actually do like the Google search the most for like news and images. But when it comes to certain websites, it's like iffy depending on what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. It used to be really good, but it definitely seems to have gotten worse when you're after specific information. But yeah, I use Google News a lot for like if I want to talk about a topic like the Acolyte. It is good for just compiling every media article. And
The
just,
major
It's
media.
true.
Yeah, and I like literally arrange it by most recent, and then just right click, open all of them, and go through them.
Warren for $2. Thank you. You couldn't make Are You Being Served Today? What's that?
I'm
Never heard of
free.
that.
British comedy.
Oh, okay.
Very, very camp guy was in it. It was good though. It was literally just set in like a supermarket. Well, not a supermarket. No, maybe you'd call it a mall.
Like a flea market, maybe?
No, not a flea market. No,
Okay.
it was upper class kind of stuff.
Oh,
No, it had like
fancy.
one side was like a clothes stall. The other was like some other kind of thing, and it was basically the interaction between the shopkeepers and managing it and stuff.
Oh, interesting. So we're coming to an end here. What do you guys have going on? And after this, I'm gonna send you guys over to Kara. She's playing games.
Yes. I will be on tomorrow for Sunday Fun Day, 1 p.m. Eastern, and Forbidden Frontier, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to talk about the Bar Caves. So if you're into that, yes, on Once Human for the Sunday Fun Day game, and nothing too crazy. Okay,
I'm gonna play that. I downloaded it. I'm gonna check it
it's
out.
furry, and if you like Conan or any of those survival games like Valheim, I think you'll like it.
I never played them either, so I could check it out. See,
Hmm.
maybe I will like it.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Well, it was free, so what do you have going on, Disparu? What videos?
I still got some of the Acolyte interviews to cover. I did a video about them wanting a season 2, and the thirst posts around Magic Jacinto. So the next one will probably be covering Leslie Headland's interviews that she's done since, because they keep coming out
That'll
with
be
more.
fun.
Yeah,
They got to keep it relevant for season 2.
Well, I think they're gonna ramp it up as like part of all the pitch. Like, look how many people love this series. Look, everyone's really thirsty. We need a season 2. So I think that there was a lot
will
of
they, won't they?
new interviews. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be the
Okay.
next thing. And then I'm not sure what's in the future. I know we are going to be getting the Rebel Moon extended cuts in maybe a couple of weeks. So that'll be interesting.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm home, so I will be back doing some stuff. Tomorrow I'll be playing games. And then Monday there's going to be 2 episodes that we have to cover for House of the Dragon because we had to miss last week because someone wasn't available. So besides that, just gaming and yeah, that's all I have coming up this week. And then next week on Saucy, we're going to have a guest. So it'll be fun. It's been a while, but we had 2 back-to-back in June. So we're like, okay, let's wait till like the end of July for the next guest because, you know, June was kind of crazy for me.
Is it
and
Manny Jacinto?
It might be.
Is he bringing
I
his
might
baby
flood
oil?
I might flood this entire room if it is. Just so
Fingers crossed, but
Baby oil. Baby oil. I'm kidding.
it just
Oh,
comes
wait.
dripping.
Olga, thank you for New Zealand 20. Are you being served with set in a department store? You're all doing very well. Ah, thank you so much, Olga. I appreciate that. And
Yeah, I'm just not sure what the American terminology would be for it.
department store. That's like it's a big store.
we don't
right?
have departments. We have shops.
Okay, well, I guess that's the American version right there, department
Well,
store.
what I was kind of thinking there, like what would, because we have like boots. I don't think you have boots, but it'd be a kind of thing.
Oh.
Boots.
And
Yeah, it's like a branded store, but people rent out space within the store. So you'll have
Okay.
like makeup next
maybe
to
it is like a
health
department
stuff
store like
next to-
mall. Because there's malls are like that.
That's
where
why I
there's
said
a mall probably. Yeah. Okay.
But whereas a mall is separate shops, this was like one floor of a shop with different kind of stalls on it.
Okay, that could still be considered a mall over here. Anyways,
they'd
guys,
rented out
thank
space.
you. And Jesus Davila with a gifted membership and Sneaky Singy with 5 gifted memberships right at the end. Guys, thank you
Wow,
so
another 5.
much.
Oh my
Another
god.
5.
Thank you.
You guys are
Sneaky.
awesome. Thank you both so much. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We will see you next week. And like I said, we're gonna have a guest. So stay tuned to find out who in a week. Bye guys.
Bye.
So